We were at Okinawa on a deployment, and we had to do a hump at like Hansen in the middle of the night. I was like, holy shit, because you're hiking in the jungle. There's no light. Dude, I remember going over this first ridgeline, dude, and I came down, and it was a Christmas tree.
Just bodies?
Bodies. I've never seen anything like it in my life. So I just ran to the first guy, and like, it's like, I can't feel my leg. His legs cramped. I was like, dude, I gotta take your temperature, bro, and like, you're the first one. So like, and I remember just getting like sweaty ass all over my hand, dog, and I was like,
You went all the way up.
I just stuck it, and I just had like my hand in like sweaty ass cheeks, and it's like Okinawa. It's 100% humidity, dog.
You didn't have gloves on.
Oh, dude, you don't wear gloves, dude. Like, I was pissed.
Listening to Doc Haralson, Smooth Jazz.
Smooth Jazz with Doc Haralson. Stay tuned, ladies. Just kidding.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, dude.
You ready, kid? Well, Doc, Marcus, I guess we'll go with everybody listening, but I know you as Doc because we worked together in Afghan, and you were a Navy corpsman. So we get to go into some crazy Navy corpsman, Marine Corps stories. I'm sure you have some because there is a special bond between a good corpsman and a platoon of Marines.
Yeah.
You're like the mother, the father, the doctor. You're like everything, but even sometimes the chaplain.
Yeah. Is
a corpsman's role. That's how I would describe a Navy corpsman.
Yeah.
And with that being said, you get sucked into the chaos of a Marine platoon. So you pretty much get adopted and go through all the hazing and everything that comes along with these platoons. So I definitely want to dive into that. You did like the push, if I remember correctly,
yeah,
right?
Initial invasion. Yep.
You did the initial invasion, which I love hearing some of that shit because it was such crazy times of how the gear and equipment when dudes were just rolling around in softbacks and doing some stuff together. And then you and I met going on a contract to Afghanistan.
What?
Which was an absolute shit show.
Shit show.
And I would like to dive into that because we have some hilarious ass times working with some fucked up people. So, bro, you're one of my oldest buddies and closest friends. So let's just dive right into this. Get comfortable. This is going to be an absolutely hilarious episode.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure, bro.
Nah, dude, you just be you. And so, before we start, I would like to, every guest gets a fresh loaf from the sour bee that the girls whipped up. So if anybody's looking for fresh, amazing, better than your wife's sourdough, check out the sour bee.
And it's really good. I've had some already. So like,
your brother crushed like 3 loaves yesterday.
He ate like all the cookies before he even got to the stoplight down there. You're like, dude, you're gonna get sick. But like, really, really good bread. They do a great job.
Thank you, dude. So, all right, Marcus.
Oh man.
Also known as. So, where are you from?
Let's start with I'm from the dirty Corpus Christi, South Texas. Live on the Gulf of Mexico.
America.
I grew up like always like. I always had like 3 goals as a kid. I wanted to be like a doctor, a race car driver, and a bull rider. Like that was like, I'm going to do them all. And I feel like I've done them all. I'll do the race car driver coming up pretty soon. But like, those are what I wanted to do. So, and then the military was a huge thing too. My grandfather was a Navy corpsman in World War II. And I always kind of thought that was really cool. I didn't understand what a corpsman was or any of that at the time.
Yeah.
You're just a kid. I wasn't like military family. So when I was graduating high school, it's kind of a funny story. We were on our own growing up. So I didn't.
What do you mean on your own?
We just kind of raised ourselves. I had a single father, raised by a single father, and he worked all the time. So
where was your mom?
She lived in Dallas.
She dipped?
Yeah, she dipped out. She lived in Dallas.
What age?
I was like in 4th grade, so whatever that is. Like,
really?
How old is that? Like 11 or 12 or something?
9.
9?
Maybe.
Yeah, so I was pretty young when my parents got divorced. So I was raised by my dad, all kind of male household. My grandparents, we have pretty much all males in the family. And so I kind of grew up like that. And then, and I got off track. What were we talking about before?
Growing up on your own.
Oh, yeah. So just kind of growing up on my own, but I always wanted to do like military type stuff. We always played war games with all the neighborhood kids, like all that kind of stuff. But I didn't understand, like, if you went to college, you had to apply. Like, I didn't know you had to, like, fill out applications and, like, take the SATs. Like, in the movies you see as a kid, like in the 80s especially, like, they get letters in the mail and you're like, you're going to Harvard. And you're like, woo! So, like, this is pretty funny. The only letters I ever got in the mail were, like, Marine Corps and Navy recruiting, like, letters. Like, do you want to... And had, like, the little dog tags in there, too. And you're like, oh,
Really?
yeah, dude. You're like, oh, that's weird. Like, they already made me dog tags. So, that's all I would get, and I didn't understand, like, you had to apply to college. So, like, we were raised pretty wild chaos. Like, yeah. And we weren't great. I was, like, a hellion. Like, I wasn't, like... I'm an adrenaline junkie, like, straight up. So,
okay, so what's life like growing up on your own as an adrenaline junkie?
surfer. I surfed, like, 24/7. I lived with, like, 3 other dudes that surfed. We got up every single morning. I would surf, and I would haul ass to class. Like, haul ass to class. And then I found out a way, like, if you were really shitty in your first period of class, which started, like, at 9 o'clock, I think, in high school, if you were really shitty because the class were an hour and a half, I didn't have to be at school till, like, 10:30. Because, like, that first teacher would be like, hey, if you never come into my class, I'll give you a B. And you just had to be that shitty. And you, like, once you broke that thing, it'd take, like, 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, like, the rest of the semester, I could surf till 10:30. If you really wanted to push the limit, you do it in your second class, and you could surf, like, up to lunch. And then you had to go to class. Okay. That's a whole nother story. Like, it was so bad. That's all we did was surf. I did sailing a little bit growing up.
Okay.
Some fishing, hunting, stuff like that. But I was a surfer. Like,
did you stay out of trouble? Because Corpus Christi is hood. I mean, it's an interesting ass place.
Man, it's interesting. Like, growing up, like, if you fight one guy, you're fighting, like, him and all his cousins kind of deal. It's South Texas. It's like the border.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Like, I was always usually, like, very small majority of the white kids. So you're, like, the one white kid in his school sometimes, especially in my middle school. And,
really?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty violent. Like, I wish they had just burned that school to the ground. Like, if I ever became the president, I'm just going to just, like, pull a Trump move and just smash that building in the ground. Even though they just rebuilt it. It was bad. It was bad.
Why?
Every day I got in a fight. Every day, yeah. And it'd be like 20 dudes, 10 dudes, 15 guys. Just before the bell rang, you're getting in a fight. And at first, I just got my ass kicked all the time. And then after, like, because I was so little, dude. I didn't have any size. I didn't put on any size. So I was like a year into the military. So I was so little. And then finally, you just figured out ways, like, I could push off a wall and push them all off this edge, and they would all fall, like, off a breezeway. And, like, there was ways to fight them. You could hit them with books, like there was all kinds of wild. But yeah, it was wild. Like, I hated middle school, dude. By the time I got to high school, though, I could fight so good. Like, I could take on 5 guys. Like, let's go. And then to this day, like I love to fight. Like, it takes everything in my wheelhouse to sometimes just not wreck house on fulls. Because I like to choke a dude out. Just be like, oh, like. Because I don't anticipate it. But, like, anyway, that's a military thing. That's from hanging out with Marines too much, too. But anyway, so, like, I didn't get any applications to high school. Like,
okay.
In college, like, nobody, like even, like, UT. I was like, I'm just going to go to UT. Shit's, like, right up the road. Like, I didn't know you have to get accepted. Like, dude, there's, like, so much stuff I didn't know. Mm-hmm. So I was like, the military is, like, my best bet.
My only option at this point.
And it's funny because, like, I don't know what you could talk about on here, but, like,
anything.
we had a 1-bedroom apartment between me and 3 other, like, Hispanic guys, and they were older than me, and they all surfed, and they, like, either dropped out of high school or had already graduated high school. And, like, one of my really good friends still, like, he worked at KFC at the time, so he had, like, free food, and, like, Hispanics take care of their own, like, very well. Thank God about that, because we would have starved to death. It wasn't for their parents and stuff, or their grandparents. Like, I mean, I come from a white family, and we actually have money, and, like, my dad would let us start. Like, we would start. Like, if I was like, Dad, I'm hungry, I need food, he'd be like, oh, get a better job. And, like, you know what I mean? You're like, I have a job. Like, a pharmacy tech. Like, I live on my own. I go to school.
Struggling. I need some help. They're like, nope.
No. But, whatever. That's what it is. But, so we're sitting in a 1-bedroom apartment with 4 dudes. Like, so, I mean, you can imagine what that's like. You're like, I think the oldest guy was like 21. I was 16.
Okay.
And so it's like spread out between there. And it was like girls constantly, parties dude, there was a party every night. And the rule was, like, in the 1-bedroom, there was 2 twin beds on, like, a normal bed frame, and a twin mattress under one of the beds. So, like,
3 of you dudes slept in one room?
Yeah, so like 3 dude, the first 2 to go to bed got a bed. Third dude go to bed, got the mattress underneath, which was always me. And then I could never get, I was the youngest too. I never got a bed. I always got to pull out. But then the third dude or the fourth dude had to sleep on the futon. So
that's how you lived, huh?
Yeah, 16 to like when I went to the military.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you guys were running amok in this house.
Oh, dude.
What are you doing to pay bills?
It was our rent was $300 a month, and the 4 of us barely could afford it.
Really?
Really. Like it was wild, dude. And I was a pharmacy. I think I made like close to $10 an hour as like 16-year-old kid, 17-year-old kid. Like, but it's a lot, dude. Like, man, dude, so much wild stuff, dude. There's the whole podcast could just be on this. But anyway, so like we're all sitting there chilling, and we had this giant like 6-foot bong, like huge bong, and like I remember like standing on the couch and like someone would have to light it, kind of the plastic like Spencer's bong till. And I'm not trying to be like talking about drug, like don't do drugs, kids. Like, but and there was a knock on the door, ta, 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 ta. And we're like, what? Like, who's here? It's like 7:30. Like, it's too hot to be like, it's South Texas, too hot to be doing stuff in the summertime. And knock, 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 knock. And we look, and there's this dude in a uniform, and it looked like a highway patrol guy or something. We're like, oh shit! And like, there's no way out. There's no egress out of a back window. There's like, you're stuck. Like all the windows face this way, and it's like second floor. You're gonna die if you try to jump. Or this trooper, he's brought other troopers in the parking lot. Like this wasn't our first time. We just try to be quiet. So we're being quiet in there, and he can hear us like, like coughing, coughing and stuff. So like, he's like, I'm not the cops. Like, no, that's what the cops want you to say. Like that whole thing, you keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Like we're just doing the whole Cheech and Chong skit with him back and forth, and we're looking through the people, and he has like all these ribbons and stuff. We're like, I think that's like an army dude. So he like comes in, and this is how they get us. So like, he comes in, we're like, look, whoa, look at all this smoke. Like, well, that's so weird. And he's like, I'm not here about that, boys. He's like, we'll worry about that in 30 days. And you're just like, all right, like, what's going on? He's like, your father's it was their fathers, not mine. My dad didn't give a shit. But like, their dads are like, I guess they went to a recruiter and said, hey, my sons are perfect for this. There's 4 dudes that live in a house. Go get them all, kind of deal. And they sent him to our house. And he was there. And he was like, you guys want to join the army? Like, see, we're good. And he's like, we'll give you like $30,000 a year. And you're like, wait, what? Like, how much money again?
A bonus?
Oh yeah, like as your salary.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Dude, I was like 18. I was poor, dude. So I was like, what? And then he's like, yeah, and you're gonna go to Germany. And you're like, Germany? I've never been to Germany. He's like, yeah, I know what they have in Germany. And I was like, what? And he's like, blonde girls and BMWs. And you're like, what? And he goes, everybody that goes to Germany gets a BMW. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, they just like give them to you. And I was like, oh wow. So I was like, I want to join the army. And
it sounds cool.
And I was like, girls, BMWs. I had like an old beater Jeep. Like,
what do I sign?
I was like, what do I got to do? So he's like, what job do you want? And I was like, I don't know. And he had this poster and he pulled it out and he's like, you guys can have this. And it was like 2 snipers in a tree. And I didn't know they were snipers at the time. Full ghillie suit, like cami paint, like sniper rifle even had like the ghillie suit on it. And they're in the tree, like typical recruiting video or poster. And you're like, oh my God, I want to do what those guys do. And he's like, yeah, I'm writing it down right now. That's what you're going to be doing. So like, fuck the army. No, sorry. The recruiters are dirty, dude. Like army. Anyway, so this dude, he like talks all 4 of us into joining the army. And so like, so I go to the recruiter and all that stuff. And let me backtrack. One of my really good friends at the time, the year before, he was a senior above me.
Okay.
And I was a junior at the time. And he graduated and he joined the Navy as a corpsman. Mm-hmm. And I hung out with all the recruiters and they would take us to play paintball. It was like a different vibe than the Army guys, right? Like it just seemed more like, they didn't care if you recruited you or not. They were just like, hey, if you want to join, join. If not, like, there's the Army.
Yeah.
And then like if that doesn't work out, there's the Marine Corps. Like, good luck.
Yeah.
So like that was the vibe I got. So when I went to MEPS, I go to MEPS, do the physical and all that stuff. And my buddy called me and I go back to Corpus and they called me and they're like, hey, do not join the Army. Like, if you join the Army, I'm going to come down there and flip out. Like, go to the Navy, tell the recruiter you want to be a corpsman and you want to come to Camp Lejeune and you want to go to like, I think it was like 2-5 or some one, I don't know, whatever Camp Lejeune hellhole over there. So, and I didn't know anything about Camp Lejeune or the Marine Corps. I was like, hey, my grandfather's a corpsman. So I asked him, like, hey, my buddy said I should be a corpsman. And my grandfather had like his man talk, like that talk you get, you only give other military guys. Like, not like, oh, the military is great. Like,
great career path for you.
He told me he was a Marine, so he told me what it's like. And you're like, okay. And so I went and talked to the Navy recruiter, and he's like, yeah, F the Army. He's like, this is what you do. Next time you go to MEPS to join, change your mind last second, let them do all the paperwork, and it's easier just to transfer you at MEPS instead of us starting a whole new package on you.
Okay.
And I was like, cool. He's like, they're going to be super pissed, but like, just who cares?
Yeah.
He's like, I'll call the senior chief up there. And I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the military. So anyway, calls the senior chief up there. They take care of it. I go up there, do all the stuff, like everything. Like this time, like I think the first time was like, this is where you like swear in that time.
Oh yeah.
So I go, and then I do all the stuff, the duck walk, all that, and I'm nuts check. Like they do all that, and then they
walk us through MEPS.
Oh, dude, it's like you have to like quack like a duck, like squatting, and like what else? They do your blood work. What else? You have to like they grab your nuts. I don't even remember.
MEPS is an interesting time for I guess any young because that's the first time you're exposed to like that type of shit, like bend over, cough, fucking nutting the finger up your nuts and. That's walk the first like a duck. I mean, dude, that shit's. I'll never forget the dude that watched me do mine. He was just this creepy, fat, old
it's
white
creepy, dude. Yeah,
just like staring at me as I'm duck walking in my little whitey tighties.
I bet you like that, bro. But dude, that was the first time I stayed in my own hotel. Like, 'cause they put you in a hotel, so they give you like the nights in. It was like really bad, and then it's like here's like $20 for food, and you're like okay. And there's like a McDonald's. So I like went to McDonald's. I got like $19 worth of like. Double cheeseburgers, like every 99-cent thing. I was like, I just want all of this. And I took it back to my room and watched Sniper. Like, dude, that was on TV. I was like, how cool is this? So anyway, I go to MEPS. I do that, and it's a deal. Like Army guys are pissed. They're like raising hell, and the Navy guys just like, fuck them. Like, we're gonna do what we want. Like, you're in the Navy now, dude. But they look and they're like, you've been arrested before. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't get in trouble. Like, yeah, but you got. It shows a minor possession of alcohol on your. I've never been arrested never been arrested in my life. Cuffs a shitload, but never arrested. So, like, man, they're always like,
yeah, I feel you.
I'm so fortunate as a corpsman. This is a perk of being a corpsman is most cops are Marines. And as soon as you're like, doc, or they'll see veteran on your driver's license and they're like, what were you? And you're like, oh, I was a Navy corpsman with the Marines. They're like, get out of here, doc. And they let you go. Yeah. Or they drive you around the corner so like nobody else sees you getting out of the cop car. So that used to happen at the branding iron in California all the time. So, but anyway, so I do the MEPS deal and I transfer over and they're like, dude, you have a minor in possession. We have to get like a waiver for you. And I was like, I don't know do what you have to do, man. Like, I want to be a corpsman. I need to go to Camp Lejeune. I think it was like one of those units. Like, and he's like, calm down, cowboy. He's like, let's just see if we can get you corpsman first. And I was like, oh, this isn't guaranteed either. I was like, wait, what? And they did. They found me a slot, but they're like, you have to leave like in 7 days. And I was like, yeah, I thought I was leaving today. Like, I was like I said peace to my girl already. Like, I was like, if I have to go back home, like, I don't know if I'm going to make it back here. So anyway, during that whole entire process too, my roommates, 2 of them backed out and didn't do it. And one of them went to go party right before we were supposed to go to MEPS and got a DWI. Oh, so he was out like the night before before the MEPS. So he's out. Like, he ended up going into the Army later, and then so did the other roommate. Both of them ended up going into the Army. Okay. Yeah, like 2-3 years later, both of them went. But in Iraq, Afghanistan, they did all that stuff. Had a lot of PTSD from that, I think. But, I do that, and then like you can be a corpsman, but you have to leave like right away, 7 days. So I was like, shit, I have to go back home. So like, go back home. We party for a week, dude. Like, I flew to Chicago like more hungover than I've ever been in my life. Like, I slept in a surfboard, like a board bag on the beach. I woke up like sweating and hungover, and I smelled. You know what it sleeps when you smell on a beach? Like, you slept on a beach before. You know what you smell like. It smells foul. So I'm like, I think I took the plane. It smelled foul. I got to boot camp, and I have bracelets and stuff like this. Like when I was a kid, I climbed a lot of mountains and stuff. And when you climb, you would take a piece of cord and you'd put it on there. It's like a reminder, like, hey. And then like with the group, you would do that. And like I climbed a lot and I hiked a bunch. I was a hippie, man. I had like anklets and like I made my own hemp bead. Like I made hemp necklaces and I made my own beads in the oven. And so I had all this shit on, dude. I was like, yeah, what's up? I had a Hawaiian shirt just like this, dude. There's a picture of it somewhere. But anyway, like
you show up to boot camp like this.
Yeah, dude. Like, man, thank God there was a dude that had like yellow bumblebee hair. He had like dreads that were dyed yellow and black, like dipped in dye, like
really,
yeah, so it looked like bumblebee, like a bumblebee, and he was like right in front of me. So like, thank God, dude, that dude took the brunt force. Like, but it's scary, dude. Boot camp is scary as shit. Like, I'm not used to it, dude. I was like, whoa, do you guys just need to chill out, man? Like this is not so serious. And like, yeah, don't say that. It is serious. Like, you're in a whole nother world.
What year was this?
99.
Okay.
September of 99. Like right after this, I was like, oh, yeah, right after the summer. This is perfect.
Yeah.
So September 20th, 1999.
Off to Chicago is your school?
Yeah.
What is Navy? You don't do your corpsman training there. That's just Navy boot camp.
That's Navy boot camp.
What's Navy boot camp like?
Stupid. It's fucking gay. Can I say that? Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
oh.
you're good.
No, but like, no, it's not bad, dude. It's about what they do is it's about the discipline to get you that regimen in. Okay. It's more about like they're really focused. It's not like you're a corpsman, you're a packer checker. Like I'm not. I don't even get like the Navy hates you. Like you're like
really?
Yeah, it's so different. Marines love you, Navy hates you. Like
yeah, because you're green, you're not blue.
Even if you're blue, they hate you. You're the one that has to like. You're always messing with them. Like,
okay.
Punching their board. The only time you see a corpsman is when you're like sick or hurt on a ship.
Okay.
And then like their all deals like about sealing hatches and firefighting and stupid shit. Like I don't like let this place burn. I don't care. I'm yeah, like whatever. I had to like fight fires, dude, and like crawl around in smoky compartments and like locked doors. So like when it floods, we flood in there and nobody else dies. There's like stupid shit like that. And like so like in boot camp. That's how stupid Navy boot camp is. Like, they gave me a moron for a rack mate because it's like bunk beds. He was a nuke, and I'm not gonna say his name, but he was like nukes. Like I don't know how to compare him with equivalent in the Marine Corps would be. But anyway, they work on like submarine nuclear propulsion systems.
They're different.
They're different. They're like
anybody on subs are different.
They're brilliant. Like brilliant. Can comprehend so much stuff, but like tying their shoes, they can't do it. Like I had to tie his shoes all the time. Like how do you're a grown ass man, like you're 18, dude, you can't tie your shoes? Like what the fuck? So like I would make his bed for him. I'd do like all this extra shit. And I was over it. So right when I got to boot camp, right away, I was like culture shock for me. Like we go into our berthing, it's like beds everywhere. Like I've already been in my I had to give up boxers for tidy whities. I'm like standing there in your underwear, like freezing. It's like 3 a.m. I was like a nightmare. So like the first or second day, they're like, who wants to be the laundry petty officer? And I knew like a petty officer was a higher rank. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get promoted for doing laundry? No, it's just a title, like you stupid ass. So like.
So you volunteered?
I volunteered, man.
I thought you were going to get promoted.
Yeah, and I picked my boys. I picked like 2 other dudes too. And thank God, because it was like hanging out with like a dude like you. You're like, oh, thank God. So like what we would do, dude, like the first round came out pink. Second, don't.
You're fucking everybody's laundry.
I've never done laundry really, dog. So like I would just drop that shit off at my grandma's house when I was like younger. Because like my grandma had a maid, Gladys, so I grew up with it, and she just anyway, so I didn't know how to do laundry. So then
so you don't know how to do laundry, and now you're in charge of everybody's laundry at boot camp.
Yeah.
Just tearing it up.
But I learned quick, dude. You know me, dude. I can figure out a system really quickly.
Yeah.
So like they'd be like, I knew we were about to get hazed or something, and I'd be like, oh shit, it's time to go do laundry. Let's go, guys. And like we would take off. I'm like, we have so much laundry we have to do. So we would just go over there and like take the warm laundry out of the dryers already
just rewash it.
A giant bed. No, it wasn't even our laundry. It was like some other stupid platoons. And I would just take all their warm laundry out, and it's these giant sacks, like as big as this bear rug.
Yeah.
And I would stuff all the clothes in there, and then we just take naps. Like on warm clothes. It's like a giant warm bean bag. So then another thing is it's all civilians in there too, so they don't give a shit. They're not military. It's like contracts. Like
oh yeah, okay.
It's Chicago, dude. So it's like dudes that do not care. And there's like vending machines or like getting Snickers bars. So then I'm able to so I was able to go back and barter. And then I was like, okay, I figured this out. Like a Snicker bar is like $1. I can get like $20 for a Snickers bar. You're like, oh, okay. So then it came service week, and you have to do stupid crap. Like guys get like drill, like all this cool stuff. Like I had to go work in the chow hall. I did 2 days in the chow hall. I was like, hell no. Like, hell no. At first I got really sick on these caffeine. I made these like Ricky Rockets. It was just like coffee, pure syrup, coffee, and then a little bit of hot water, and you stir it up. It made like a paste, and you drink it, and it was like, wow. But anyway, so like, I did 2 days of that, and I was like, I'm not cut out to be cooking shit. So like, I'm out of here. And I was like, oh, on my face, like, oh, it hurts so bad, and my wisdom teeth must be coming in. And they're like, go to dental. So I go to dental, and the dentist is like, I can't even see your wisdom teeth, dude. I was like, no, they're hurting, dude. And he's like, I'm going to take them out. I was like, do what you got to do. He's like, you're going to be SIQ, like sick in your core. Yeah. Like, you're not going to have to do anything. I just get to lay in my bed for like 3 days. I was like, oh no, like take these puppies out. And so he had to cut them out. And that, I don't know if that was so smart or not, but they gave me Vicodin, hydrocodone or Vicodin and, a shitload of Motrin. Like, you know how the military is just
change your socks and drink
100 like Motrin. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I worked in a pharmacy. I was a pharmacy tech before that. I know how people are about pills. Like I saw so much drug addiction coming in. Like I saw all this stuff, and I was like, well, if nobody looks at the pills, they're not smart enough. If I take all these hydrocodone or Vicodin, whatever these out, and dump them out, put them in like somewhere else, and put all the Motrin in there, everybody's gonna think this is Vicodin. So then I was like, you want a Vicodin for the week, you got to make my bed. If you want, you got to make his bed, you got to do his bed. So like,
you're slinging Motrin as Vicodin at boot camp.
Yeah. That was like the end of the first month. So going into the second month probably. So like I figured it out quick, and I didn't have to do anything anymore. So then when you get in trouble, like not in trouble, like they do, man, I'm going off on some tangents here, but
you're good.
In boot camp, you have to do like, what are those stupid? You have to like iron your uniform, and they have to like check your rack, and they ask you military questions.
Oh, like inspections, like
military inspections. So like you're allowed 3 strikes. Mm-hmm. So like I don't know what any of my general orders are. I've never learned a general order, and then there's like a 5th one that's like, don't abandon your post or something.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you any of my general orders.
Yeah, but I never learned them. I was like, I'm gonna take a hit on it. So then like, I would just like go and then be like, what's your whatever general order, like hit. And like, you can't just say hit. I was like, yeah, hit. And like, what? Push. And I'm like, cool. Like push-ups. Oh no, I did 10 push-ups. Like I don't have to put stupid shit in my brain that I don't care about. So I got through boot camp that way.
Okay.
So then oh man, let me tell you a story about boot camp.
Yes.
So they called me I was Dorothy.
Okay.
Like from the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And then I had a little clique, and they were like 10-man Toto, like all the animals from the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Like, all the guys had that. Like this guy Bishop, everybody had a name. And there was this deal we call them like Ricky Ninjas. Everything in the Marine Navy boot camp's Ricky. Ricky this, Ricky that. I don't know why. That's super gay. But Ricky Ninjas, like we sneak out at night in boot camp and go run amok. Like all over everybody's asleep on a base, dude, on a training base. Nobody's up. There's dudes aren't driving around. No, it's empty. So I remember I was always getting like weird haze. Like one time I was doing stand up. Like we're like on Sundays, you have to write like letters home for an hour to like let them know you're alive and all that. And they were all gone. I thought they left like to smoke. And I was like standing there with my back to the squad bay, first doors. And that was like the first mistake. And I was like telling jokes. And they walked in, and it's like in the movies where it gets quiet as shit. And you're like, what? I'm like, that's a good joke. Like, what? You guys didn't think that was funny? And they're like, Dorothy in our office now. And I was like, what's going on? Like, why didn't you guys say anything? I'm just like looking at my boys like, none of you are like. So I go in the office, and like we've had it. Like, get a pencil out of this, like, it's like a whole box, like number 2 pencils, and then like had electric pencil sharpener, and they made me sharpen it, like sharp as shit. And they're like, that's not sharp enough, get it sharp. And they're like, push up position. I'm like, fuck, not again. So like I did a lot of push-ups in boot camp, dude. So like I was in the push-up position, and they're like, just hold it. And then my drill instructor got down and put a pencil under my chest, and he's like, man, everybody else is writing letters home, and we're going to have to write your dad a letter saying you killed yourself with a number 2 pencil.
Really?
Yeah. And I had to sit in push-up position like this, and I'd be like, all the DIs are in the room, and I was just like, my arms are shaking and this stuff. And they're like, this is it, boys. And they're like, we're going to get one to do it. And I was like, oh shit, these dudes are serious. And they're like, you're going to tell any jokes again, Dorothy? I was like, no more jokes. And they're like, we heard one more joke out of you. You're definitely killing yourself with a pencil. And I was like, okay. So they flattened the pencil and I fell, dude. I was like, I couldn't hold myself anymore, dude. Thank God. So like, I was like, all right, guys, like I have to redeem myself because like it was so close to graduation. And if they got mad, I thought like if they didn't like me at that point, like, oh, they're really trying to kill me now. So like,
yeah,
and I was always in trouble. So like, I was like, I have to redeem myself because on the last day we were all going to go to my boys' like parents' house. And it was like, because we graduated on Thanksgiving. Like,
oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So it was like, I didn't want to get stuck in the barracks like by myself with them. They'd haze me all day. So like, that was the plan. Like, haze Doc while everybody's out having fun on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So like, oh man. So anyway, my drill instructors always wanted a pull-up bar in like our grinder, which is like the area they haze you on, like just a street thing hidden in the buildings where nobody else can see it. And they wanted a pull-up bar, but it's like pull-up bars are like I-beams, like bars through them, and they're like only on certain deals. But I remember getting hazed on another, like 2 buildings over, there was one on their grinder. So we figured it out how many guys it would take, and I stole that one. And I brought it over there, and then, like, it took all night, dude. I'm not even joking. Like, the sun is coming up, and we were about to get woken up, and we just put it in a position. And you're in, it's like Ricky Ninja, so you're, like, in your Navy sweats. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that, like, Navy on them?
The gold Navy across them.
Yeah, but it's, like, blue, so it's, like, dark. You're still kind of camo sweats, with a hoodie, and, like, you could hide, like, in the bushes and shadows. And we got in there, and I was sweating to death. And I get in there, and we're dying, and they knew something was up, so they were taking us on the grinder to haze the shit out of us. And then, like, they went out there, and they saw it, and they stopped. And, like, I swear he had a tear in his eye. Like, our main drill instructor, or they called him RDCs, and he's like, everybody back inside. Dorothy in my office now. And he's like, I can't prove that you did that. You did it. I know. He's like, nobody else would have done this. And he's like, cool. And then, like, that was it. And on graduation, they let me do my thing. But they pulled me in the office, and they said they never had a recruit, like, ever. Like,
I believe it.
They're like, dude, like, if you were pissed off and having a bad day, everybody was pissed off. And if you were happy and laughing, like, it changed. He's like, it changed the tempo every single day. He's like, we didn't know how to haze you without you changing the vibe and us get a mutiny against us. I was just like, but anyway, but yeah, slinging Motrin as Vicodin helped. And then all the other stuff. So that was Navy boot camp. And then for the corpsman part, it's still on the same base.
Oh, you didn't go to Del Mar?
No. So like, that's the Marine Corps still. So now that was just Navy boot camp. And then you have to go, and I think it was like, oh, that was another hell. I don't know how. I think it's 6 months of Navy Corpsman school. And I was there over 2 years.
That's not in Del Mar. I thought the Navy Corpsman school was Del Mar. What is
the Marine Corps FMF school? That's to teach us how to be with the Marines. Oh, I have to do 2. I have to go twice. It's a totally different medical deal.
Oh, so I didn't know this.
Yeah, so we have to go to, we're like at 6 months or 5 months at Great Lakes.
Okay. On
the other side, there's like our training school right next to the bowling alley. And they keep us separate. We have our own chow hall. We have our own private bowling, and you're separate from the rest of the base. Like,
really?
Yeah, the Navy hates corpsmen, bro. It's no joke.
That's interesting.
So like, we were over there, and I was a SEAL. I came in as like buds. Like I was a bud like select like deal. So like all through boot camp, I was doing like buds PT in the morning. Like so like say in boot camp, I think they get you up at 5 or something or 6 in the morning. I don't know, whatever time they wake you up in boot camp. Like the time is the you have to get up 2 hours before that, and you go PT at the pool.
Okay.
You swim. It's just swimming. It's swimming. It's just laps, get repetition, flutter kicks. Like it's not hard, but it's like to prep you. It's like pre-buds prep kind of deal. And then at corpsman school, I was still in that. And they did in Chicago, they have raves. And I'm kind of going off like on a tangent here why I got out of the buds deal. But like originally buds contract, so corpsman bud, like that's what I was going to do. I was going to be a December class out of Coronado, which is like the worst one. But like you go into the summer, so it finishes in the summer, so it's not so bad. It's like I think it's like a December and April class for the 2 or something like that. I don't remember anymore, but I was like the December class, and in the corpsman school, I had like 4 dudes as a roommate, and they put this like guy in our room that was weird, like a green marine. They put this dude in our room, and he's in there, and he was going to raves at night. Like he was on like restriction or something. Like we didn't know what the deal was, but he was sneaking off and going to raves. They have these things called jam vans. You give them like $30. They take you to like Milwaukee and give you ecstasy, and you just party all night. And so he came back. He took like ecstasy and some like acid or something. And we're all asleep. It's like 3 a.m. and like all of a sudden this dude comes in. And he's like, "There's blood everywhere!" Like flipping the lights on. Like pulls my roommate out of his bed. Like starts hitting him. Like, and it's like concrete floor, dude. So like you're getting your head bounced off a concrete floor. So we grab him. We throw him against the door. And it's like a metal door, like metal barracks door inside. And they're pinning him. Like, "Hit him!" My nickname was Squirrel at the time. Like, "Hit him, Squirrel! Hit him!" And I go to hit him as hard as I can, and he just moves his head, dude. And I just full on smash a metal door, and I get a boxer's fracture. I break my whole arm. So that I was like, shit, like that sucks. So like I've never had a broken bone. All my ribs have been broken before then as a kid, but never my arm. And this whole thing, my knuckles were recessed in, had all this pain here, and it was like purple. So like I didn't want to get in trouble, so I didn't say anything. So like the next day we have to do CPR on these dummies, and like you have to do, it's like full compressions, and I couldn't. I was like just one hand, like, and they're like, "You're not getting it." You had like technique is important, especially when you're learning. Like you want to dial it in, and they were seeing something was wrong, and he saw, because it's long sleeves too. So like they pulled my deal back, and he's like, "Do you have a boxer's fracture?" And I was like, no, I don't box. Like, I didn't know anything. Like, I don't know anything really. So I go and I get in a shitload of trouble. They're like, what did you hit? Like, why? And they're gonna like, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, go see the captain. And I was like, nothing. Like, they're like, bullshit. Like, they got x-rays, like came back. Like, they're looking at the x-rays. It's all corpsman, bro. All the instructors are corpsmen. So you're like,
you can't get shit by them.
You can't get shit by them. They know. And they're all FMF corpsmen too. All of them are FMF corpsmen. And you're like, man, like what happened? And I was like, nothing. So they pulled my roommates in, and my roommate had like a black eye or something, and they thought I hit him, and they were gonna NJP us. And we're like, dude, it was this dude. Like we dimed him out. Like we were gonna hit him. I missed. I hit the door, and this is a straight up truth. Yeah. And the guy even said, yeah, these assholes like pinned me against the door and But he's like, I just took too much ecstasy, and you're just like, you're an idiot. That guy got kicked out. They put him on where they have to like a restriction where you're like on the quarterdeck or whatever, you have to answer phones and stuff.
Oh yeah.
He got mad at a chief, old school like rotary phone, picks up the phone and hits like a senior chief across the face. Dude, I never knew what happened to that guy. He's probably in the lake out there. Like for real. Like, dude, like FMF senior chief, dude, like good luck. Like I ain't messing with that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got pulled. I couldn't do CPR. I got pulled out of my class. So then I get stuck like just holding. Like a holding powder forever. Months. So like it took us 4 months to get to that class period. There were so many corpsmen. There's like 400 of us all at one time. So they had to put like 30 at a class at a time. So we're all just sitting in like a quarterdeck for months, just waiting in like a lounge, playing like cards and reading books and like ordering Papa John's and shit. Like, dude, boots bored out of their minds, sitting around in a barracks like to go to class, waiting like 3 months. It was horrible. So like. That was like 5 months in, 6 months into that. My arm has to heal. I get in trouble for trying to do a polar bear swim. On my cast, I had this thing. I don't take casts very well. Like I shot bottle rockets out of it when I was on leave, and then the bottle rocket spun and caught the wadding on fire. And I had to pour beer down it, and I had like 1st-degree burns, and it was like charred, and it smelled like I was at a ranch with beer, and like I went back to Chicago with it and had to cut it off again. This is like I was gonna get NJP'd. I was on like my 7th cast already. So like if I did it again, I was like screwed. And then I told the Navy, like the CO, they could suck it. Like I don't want to be a corpsman anymore because like I got food. I classed up again, and I went to A&W Root Beer at the mall, and I ate this chicken sandwich, and I got food poisoning. I was hospitalized for like 4 days. I got pulled out of another class, dude. I was there for 2 years.
No.
Yeah, dude. All my boys are graduating, and I just kept like Later. It'd be like, dude, being in high school and getting held back every single year for 2 years.
Right before you graduate.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So I told him, I was like, I don't want to be a corpsman. I hate all of you. Like, I want to go chip paint on a ship because I want to just get SEALs. I just wanted SEALs. Like, I don't have to, because like, you're not even a corpsman as a SEAL. Like,
everybody is.
Yeah. So you're like, I was pissed, dude. I hated the Navy at that point. I was like, what did I do? Because 2 years out of school is too long, dude. Like, I'm not a broke dick. Like, I'm still running, like, every day. Like, still working out. Like, I did some questionable, like, anyway, like, I got in trouble a couple times, but, like, nothing, like, on paper.
Okay.
So, like, finally, I get out of there, and I get the Marine Corps, like, FMF school. So they send me to Camp Pendleton. And it was one of those deals, like, do you want to go to Pendleton or Lejeune at the time? And I'd already been around. I mean, I was salty. I was a salty-ass 2-year boot out of school. You know what I mean? Like,
crusty,
dude. So I was, like, ready to get out of there. And they're like, where do you want to go? And I was like, I wanted to serve. And I was like, why would I go to, like, North Carolina or South? Why would I go to that gross-ass place when I go to Cali? Like, yeah, that's a no-brainer. I want to go to Cali. So they let me go. And I've been there so long. Like, I knew, like, I was part of staff, basically. So... no shit, dude. It's wild. I had so many privileges by the ends.
Oh, I bet.
But I had my own room. Like, dude, like.
Not even a student anymore?
Not really. It was bad. But anyway, I graduate there, go to Pendleton. I love it. Like, best place in the whole world. Like, I was like, this is where I'm going to be. Like, this is like made it all worth it. Like, everything worth it. So they put us at, like, temporary again. You're waiting to class up because all those corpsmen that went through ahead of me, they're all in the Marine Corps school now.
Yep.
So I had to wait at the Naval Hospital at Camp Pendleton. So I did that.
What's that like?
The greatest job ever.
Wow.
I worked at the career counselor's office.
Oh God.
No, but it was cool because like a guy I went to high school with, it was the same age as we graduated together. He had already been there like 6 months ahead of me and working there. So like we were able to like do that. A bunch of dudes I actually worked at high school were at that hospital. We were all there at the same time.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so we were going like TJ partying all the time. Like,
I mean, what are you doing at the hospital every day?
Just answering phones, like in the career counselor's office, like a little room, like a cubicle deal, just answering career counselor questions. But I learned like I was doing officer packages, like STAR, TAP, like all that kind of stuff, doing TAPS classes, like all that, setting up officer packets for like Navy guys. So I learned a ton of stuff about that when I was there. So I even like later on, I put in a thing to go to Annapolis and got accepted.
Okay.
But my chief was like, that's not your jam. Like, you're a grunt. Like,
yeah.
So anyway, thank God, because like I am a grunt. So like, anyway, I do the Marine Corps, like we go to the Marine Corps boot camp at Del Mar deal. And that was like, I was drinking the Kool-Aid, dog. Like,
what do you mean?
I loved it. Like I drank the Marine Corps Kool-Aid. I was just like, oh, just taking the core all over my face, dude. Like, I'm telling you, dude. When I was like, I was moto. I was
really,
like, oh, dude. Dude. Even until I got out, I was moto. I mean, I didn't have the high. I had long ass hair. I had sideburns. Like, I wore Hawaiian shirts. Like,
in the Navy, you have to.
Yeah, Hawaiian shirts, so you don't have to tuck them in on a Marine Corps base. Yeah. Because if not, I had to wear like a belt and like tuck in my shirt. And I'm like, the regs say if I wear a Hawaiian shirt, I don't have to tuck this in. Like, done. So like, done. So. That's why that was that. But it was funny. I like same thing in that Marine Corps boot camp deal. It's Marine Corps like drill instructor guys and Navy FMF corpsmen like teaching you.
We would watch you guys because our barracks were for our students. Our barracks were right across from your.
Yeah, we'd have like battles on that across that quarter deck right there. Yeah, dude, it was wild. Dude. I remember like all your guys' windows getting busted out one time, and then, like all ours got busted out. And, like,
there was like a rivalry between Navy Corpsman School and then the track school.
Track school, AAVs,
Yeah, and it was like always. Then it got bad at one point where Navy were on certain hours to go to the chow hall, and then if you were part of the schools, you couldn't go to the chow hall for certain times. So they had to have like blue and green hours for Navy because there was like guys getting in fights and
really,
it got rowdy for.
I believe that 100%. Like, but that chow hall was good over there. Like Marine Corps does do good chow halls. Like
that chow hall wasn't bad.
No, and but they had that Pizza Hut there too. I ate a lot of Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Did you have that pizza? It was there when you.
It was there, but I was never a Pizza Hut fan.
No, I'd get like the little hot and ready and like things. I was a little fat kid because we like. With surf all the time.
Yeah.
But guys would go UA. It would go off, and guys would be like, take off to Mexico. And they'd come back like 29 days, after 29 days, and they're like, dude, that was genius. And they're like, yeah, they're going to give me the same thing, like 2 days versus 29. I'm just going to serve. Come back tan, like long hair, like a beard already. You're like, God,
we had
cool.
students that would do that. They wouldn't show up like when they would leave MCT and then they come to check into the schoolhouse when I was an instructor there. We would have students that just would never show, and then like a couple months later, some kid would come walking in to the office, and we'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?" And they'd be like, "Oh, I'm Private so and so," and he'd be like looking through the rod, like, "Who the hell is this kid?" He'd be like, "Well, I was actually supposed to be here like 3 months ago." We're like, "Sit down."
Yeah, like I've decided just to come and do whatever I want.
Dude, they just come back. These kids would just show back up, like, and we're like, "Well, you're done."
Wish I had the balls like that. I mean, I was cocky, and I never got in trouble, never NJP, but like. I don't know how. Limits. I pushed the limit. Like,
yeah, I'm with you.
And then as a corpsman with the Marines, you could really push the like. There's a fine line I could run. It was just like,
I'm a corpsman. I didn't know.
Yeah, like blatant. Like, dude, I don't know how many Humvees I wrecked. Like, it's like, dude. I remember I wrecked a Humvee getting my Humvee license, and the motor T gunny came flying out, dude, to murder the damn Marine that was driving it. And he came up to me, and he was like, "Why the? Did you hit that Humvee?" I was like, "I was just trying to get close enough so my buddy couldn't open his door." And I just sideswiped the whole side of it, dude. And he looked at me and he saw it a caduce on, and he just like, "Fucking Corpsman," and walked off. And he had to ride. He's the one that signed my Humvee license. But I mean, me and you got our you know what it's like riding with me, dude.
You know what it's like riding with me.
Yeah, dude, we're chaos on that one for sure. So anyway, okay, so let's back up. So Marine Corps boot camp. I'm about to graduate, like the corpsman. I didn't even take a sip of this shit. Hold on. So I'm about to graduate. They're all pull us in a room. It's like different. It's smaller groups.
Yeah.
And they pull you in a room and they're like telling you where you're going. And they're like, "You're staying in Cali." I was like, "Yeah," because I just surf, and all I did was surf.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, "You're going to 29 Palms," and I was like, 29 Palms, what's that? And they're like, "It's the biggest beach ever, dude." And I was like, all my instructors always messing with me, like, "Bro, like, dude," like always giving me that. You know how it is, dude, especially the Marines. So like, they're always busting my balls. And like, "Biggest beach ever," and I was like, "Sweet." I was like, "Cool." And then a bunch of my buddies got it. So we're like high five. We're like, "We're gonna be partying." I just thought it was up the road. Like, I didn't even. This is before like phone. Like, there's no Googling. There's like none of that shit. Like, I had to go to like the computer, like the
computer center.
Yeah, like the day before I left, like, and just go to map and print out a MapQuest directions. And I just like 29 Palms, hit print, and I just like didn't even look at it. And like we graduate, and I'm like looking at this. I was like, "Where does this want me to go?" Like, huh? I was like, "Okay." So I just started driving, dude, and I was like, "This can't be right. Like, where's the beach out here?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Showed up 29 Palms, dude. I was like, "What is this?" And it was a Friday, and I was like, "What is this?" I didn't know what to do, and I checked in. I checked into the BAS, dude. I was third LAR, third light armor reconnaissance. It doesn't sound as cool as it is, as it sounds. It's not that. It's cool as shit, but it's not that cool. But like, I check in, dude, and then like, they didn't even know we were coming. So when I get there, it's like a bunch of salty corpsmen, like a bunch of like corporal versions and sergeants, dude. And I'm a boot ass. I was like an HA, like an E2 maybe at that point. And I go, and I have to they have to put me in one of their rooms, and they're just like pissed. Like two corporals basically getting a boot ass in their room. Like, I get it now. Like, at the time, I didn't know why. I was like, why are these dudes so pissed? Because it was like, you have 4 beds, you have 2 bunks in here, like nobody's sleeping on the top. Like, what are you so pissed about? Yeah, they were pissed. So, and they were like the saltiest dudes in the damn deal.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that in a minute, but like, I go into their room, and it's like they won't even talk to me. They're just like pissed. And I'm like trying to put my stuff in a wall locker, and they're like, they're all taken. Like, they're theirs. And I'm like, okay. So I did a Zuzu rodeo, and I just like put my shit back in my car in the back.
Yeah.
And I thought about it, and I like went to talk to one of my buddies that came. He's another corpsman too, this guy Young. I was like, "What are we doing here, dude?" He's like, "I don't know." I was like, "Dude, we have the whole weekend. Fuck this place. Let's go." So we went back to Pendleton and partied with all our boys like all weekend.
You drove the 29 Palms.
Yeah, and just got out of there as soon as we could, dude. I was like, "I'm out of here." I was like, "We could still surf all weekend." Yeah. So because so many people had to like, they were getting
a couple hours, right? I mean,
yeah, it was like 2.5 hours. Yeah. Nothing, dude. Like,
yeah.
I wasn't going to be in 29 Palms for the weekend.
No.
Like, 2.5 hours isn't shit.
Yeah.
So like at the time I hated it. So we get back and all our boys are waiting. They have to wait for flights anyway. They're not leaving till Monday. So it's like we just partied like all weekend. I think we went to TJ again. We go back and Monday's hell. Like, dude, that was my first like understanding of like military rank structure meant something. You can't just be like, "What's up, bro?" Like, you can do it to Marines. It's okay, but like those corpsmen to go to Third LAR, you would have had to have been with like 2-5 or 3. You had to have been with the grunts.
Okay.
For like a whole 3 years. And then that was like like going to tracks. Like a corpsman at tracks usually is like you've done a grunt unit and you go there so you could ride. You know what I mean? It's like it's like you're getting hooked up to go there. So these dudes are all salty. And this is the first time they put like, I think there was 5 of us, all boots, got there. And of course, like I'm like kind of a little ringleader, so like they're just like, "Go ahead, say something, squirrel." And I was like, "What's up, dudes? Like, this place sucks." And they're like, this guy Apusin, who became a commander, he went Mustang, became a commander, and all that. Like, thank God he was there because he hates me every single day of my life, and like, just like, "What's up, dude?" Like every morning, and then I'd get taken out into the shed, and then like. You know what I mean? Like, I had a hard learning curve to get the "What's up, bros?" Like
I can picture you.
Oh, dude. So I got
100% picture.
And I'd been in forever already, dude. I was like 3 years in already. Like, so I was just like, I'm halfway done with my enlistment, dog. Like, why are you guys tripping? So yeah. Thank God for them though. Like, they gave me discipline.
Yeah.
And to get away from them though, I spent like 300 plus days in the field my first year at the Marines.
Jeez.
Like, so really quickly I found out if I was in the BAS, I had to see patients. And if I wasn't seeing patients, I was doing medical records. And you're going through medical records and checking them all. Every year you have to go through all the medical records and then sign off on them and do it. There's a lot. It's a lot of work, actually. It takes like, and then we get evaluate. They come in and inspect it.
I remember this happening on base.
Horrible, bro.
I remember this. They'd shut down BAS because they're going through
you're going to have to go through the medical records.
Yeah.
So to get ahead of it all year long, you're already purging stuff and you're working on it constantly. So when you're not doing that, you're doing that. And I'm not a records, like, sit call kind of guy. I'm a
I wouldn't picture
crawl around in the dirt. Like, I want to play with you guys kind of deal. So all those salty dudes, none of them wanted to go to the field.
And you were just like, sign me up.
I was like, dude, sign me up. Like, I'm not going to get hazed by you. And I go to the field and I'm like, they let me shoot everything. Like anything. And they're like, and then went to the field so much. Like that first year, everybody knew me. Like everybody knew me, dude. Like, this is how this would work. I would get an LAV. I'd go to the ramp like on a Monday. They would pick me up, go out in the field, run like a 2-week op, do CACs, whatever, dude. You're in 29 Palms. It's just nothing but field ops.
Yeah.
And on the way back in, they'd pull over on the side of the road, kick me out, throw me a case of MREs, and be like, "Delta Company's coming to get you in like 3 hours." And you're like, cool. I would just sit in the shade on the tank trail. Just sit in the shade under a tree, dude. It's usually where they buried the ammo.
Yeah.
That's where they drop me off a lot of the time.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into
so much ammo buried.
Bro, people don't even know.
In the desert out there.
So much ammo. Because if you don't shoot it, it's like a huge pain in the ass. You just got to bury it.
Yeah, you got to recount it. I've talked about it on this podcast where
cool.
we went through and opened a bunch of cans ahead of time, like moto privates. And yeah, we were just, every time we would get done with a maneuver, I was just dumping cases and we'd pivot our track and just bury it. Just roll out.
Off.
Yeah, bro. There's so much
of that. So like I usually got buried where they dumped the ammo and they would come and pick me up. And I did that like nonstop. But the cool thing was like I learned like how to call for fire, how to call in a medevac from being in the field, like training constantly, like how I went to the scout school. I knew how to drive an LAV. I know how to shoot an LAV. I can be a gunner. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I shot range 500 as a corpsman. You're like, I've shot mortars. I've shot howitzer. Like, I shot it all, dude. You're like, I've never shot a javelin. I've never shot a tank. But man, I wish I could have shot a javelin. Like, anyway, so I did that for a whole year. And I was actually when I came out of the field after that year, like my camis were like white. Like,
oh, for sure.
Like so cool. And then, and I was a boot. But everybody was just like, I had that first year, I had an LAV go off a cliff and another corpsman was in there and they all got hurt. I had a telephone pole smash a guy's head and I kept him alive for like 5 hours to the hospital. Like craziest stuff, dude. Like
Okay, yeah, let's jump into this real quick.
Oh, yeah.
What's some of the shit? Because, I mean, obviously, we joke about it a lot as Marines, like, we're going to find the trouble no matter what. How true is that being a corpsman? Like,
true. But it's bad because I'm just there. I'm right next to you. I'm so bad, dude. Like I remember being in the corpsman school, the Marine Corps one, and, like, we had a Marine Corps, it was like a gunny, teaching us a class on, like, hazardous, like, snakes and shit like that. He leaves the room. And he's like, don't listen to shit he just said. The corpsman said that, like the instructor. He's like a first class. He was, or a chief or something. He's like, dude, if a Marine sees a snake, it's like, what was that movie where they're like monkeys and like, and like with sticks, like poking it, like Lord of the Flies type shit, or like Planet of the Apes. He said, like, they would resort to their primitive state and they start grunting and poking it. And you're like, no way. And this is funny as shit, bro. So he told us that, and we had to do like
it's so true.
They're breaking you into field ops. So, like, I think we did a 3-day field op on this ridge in Pendleton, and it's like the old school canvas cutter. Like, you got a half and a stick, and you, like, snapped our 2 pieces together. And
yeah.
Like a pup tent, like old, like, Boy Scout. That's what our tents were.
Okay.
And I remember we're on this, like, plateau at Pendleton, and all the Marine instructors are there, and a rattlesnake came out, and we're all the corpsmen are setting up their deal at sunset. And I remember looking over, and all our instructors were all like with sticks, like, and then, like, that first class looked over and it's like, see, I told you, like, dude, a snake comes out and they're just like little kids, they're retarded, like, it's so bad. So anyway, it was cool. Like, you're always messing with stuff. Like, Marines, like the stories they tell you, because everybody's from so many different places, mostly California and Texas.
Yeah.
Like, so many places and so many diverse backgrounds, so many, like, I'm from South Texas, so I just, like, naturally gravitated to, like, the Hispanic Marines.
Yep.
Like, just because, like, most of them were from Texas. We had that same I understood their culture. Like, it just, that's the way it was. A lot of my boys are all Hispanic, like, in the Marine Corps. And, like, I don't know. It was different, dude. Like, I loved it. Like, I drank the Kool-Aid, dude. Like, I just, that's all I wanted to do. Like, I didn't know anything. Like, it took me so long to get promoted in the Navy because I just didn't give a shit. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you dude, like, no matter what, I could be a lieutenant as a like, there's no way you're a lieutenant as a corpsman, but I could, in the Navy, you don't even know my rank anyway.
Yeah.
I'm Doc. Like, that's it. And if I'm not Doc, if you're calling me by my last name, then I'm a piece of shit. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just prided myself on being the best damn corpsman I could be.
Okay.
Because, like, people don't, like, all seriousness now, like, yeah, I goofed off all the time, but I took this job extremely serious.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's like, oh, corpsman's the best job. Yeah, absolutely. It's the best job until I'm working. Because the deal is, like, in training environments and all that, there's not a connection there. But, like, when I was in 29 Palms, I'm with those dudes for 5 years. Like, we just had our reunion. Like nothing misses a beat.
For sure.
But when it's one of your boys, that shit's hard.
For sure.
Like, if we were doing something, you got hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there trying to, like, I block it. Like, I know how to, like, you're a machine. I'm a machine at that point. Like, when I go into corpsman mode, like, everything shuts off. Like, I don't hear you screaming. Sorry, man. It's different. Like, it's just different for me. And, like, that 1 year gave me so much street cred with the Marine Corps. And then with all those other corpsmen, they put me in, I was a senior line corpsman, the youngest one. Like, had all these dudes working, because I just, like, I took it so serious, dude. And that was the deal. Like, guys didn't take it serious. Yeah. And, like, I don't want to be around you. Like, and I'm extremely competitive. All corpsmen are extremely competitive. They're worth a shit. Like, there's no corpsman better than me. But then you put another corpsman in this chair, he'll tell you the same thing. Or he sure as fuck better tell you that.
Yeah,
because, like, that's how it is, man. And it's hard. Like,
you get the special bond.
Close, dude. Like, close.
You know, I feel that all military branches, for the most part, when it comes to, like, a camaraderie or close in a way, I want to at least think that. But I feel, besides, like, SF units that are very small, tight-knit groups that are living together, the next closest thing is a group of Marines.
Yeah. I would say the same thing.
And so for a corpsman, you get adopted into that group. Like, you're not all corpsmen.
No.
Good corpsmen get brought into that circle, and it's like, dude, if somebody said something to you, you have 40, 50 Marines that will murder somebody for their dock. Like that's the relationship between a corpsman and a Marine platoon. You know, is a good corpsman that fits in. Where you're fighting, like you have like a whole platoon of Spartans behind you. You just point and be like, he did it, you know, and you got a whole platoon that's gonna come whoop ass for you. So it's a different bond for sure. And then you as a green corpsman, you guys really don't connect on the blue side because they're hospital corpsmen. Like that's a whole different.
They're only there for me to steal their supplies from.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what the hell are you going? What's some of the shit that you're seeing Marines do out in the field?
The snake. You see a lot of the snake stuff. A lot of the snake. And then we have Gila monsters. So you have that. Really? Yeah.
Tortoises out there.
Tortoises, but they're protected. You can't mess with them. A lot of chaos. The barracks is where, like, the field was, like, chill. Like, that's where my vibe was. The barracks is where the crazy stuff. Where, like, you're sewing up Marines for getting attacked by, like, not sewing them up from dog. They'd get attacked by dog. Like, MPs would stick the dogs on dudes. Like, dude, oh, my God, dude. Like, getting out of the barracks as a corpsman is, like, the greatest relief in the world. Like, dude, in the barracks, dude, you're still working. You work 24/7. There's no, like, day off. Like, dudes are knocking at my door at like 2 a.m. like, Doc, I got my dick stuck in this jar. Or like, hey, I have crabs and this chick has crabs, but my roommate doesn't have crabs. It's cool that I had sex on his bed, right? Like, he's cool. Like, we can't get crabs that way. And you're like, no, like, dude, what? Or this other guy, he had a thing for prostitutes in Vegas because we're so close to Vegas. So he would go to Vegas like every weekend and come back and get like gonorrhea.
Are you dealing with a lot of STDs with Marines?
Man, not as much as you think. Like on a MEU, I was on a 31st MEU during September 11th. We had a deal there. Like there was a huge like genital warts outbreak from a bunch of Marines went to a hostel and stayed in Australia and got genital warts. Like, dude, training command. Like when I was a Quantico instructor, and like, dude, the silver bullet wasn't a thing like they make it out to be. Like. Marines, by the time they're in the fleet, dude, after you guys get a like boot camp SOI, you know how to hydrate. Like, only the dumb, like you're. Like,
it still happens.
It still happens.
So what's the silver bullet for people listening?
Silver bullet's just like a digital thermometer you stick in a guy's ass to get his core temperature. Okay. And, like you're trying to get his like it's the closest to his true temperature, and like you're just trying to make sure they're not over like 100, like 101, 102, 103, 104. Like you're starting to like. Getting dangerous.
You hear in 29 Palms like, oh, don't be a heat cad. You're getting the silver bullet.
I never did a silver bullet.
Really?
Not once.
What?
Never. Never in 29 Palms. Never.
Did you ever have to do it?
Yeah.
What's it like putting a thermometer up someone's butt, especially a dirty ass Marine in the field?
The first time was in Okinawa.
Really?
Yeah, we were in Okinawa on a deployment, and that's when they used to do trips to Oki and then like a MEU. But then September 11th happened.
Libo floats.
Yeah, Libo floats. But we were there and we had to do a hump at like Hanson in the middle of the night. And it was like with another unit, like I think 2-5. It was 2-5. It was us and 2-5 because we were attached to them for the MEU. And it was like a training hump for the MEU. And they didn't know what they were doing. And I like saw this already. I was like, oh shit. Like the whole thing was run like a shit show. So I got all the corpsmen together, and I was like, "Hey, man, we had chem lights, which are like glow sticks. Basically, you snap them, you throw them, and it glows." And I got as many cases of chem lights as I could, and just stuffed every corpsman, every Marine, like every other Marine had a chem light, like everybody had a chem light, because you're hiking in the jungle, and there's no light.
Yeah.
So basically, like if somebody went down, you would never see them. And we had to do our humps at night. And I was like, dude, if somebody goes down, just throw a chem light on them. And if somebody could see it from somewhere. Dude, I remember going over this first ridgeline, dude, and I came down, and it was a Christmas tree. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Like
just bodies?
Bodies. Like not even, you don't see bodies. I just saw chem lights, like green and red and orange and like like all of them, dude. You're like what? It was like over 100 at least, right? And we just started. We were at like 200 yards, maybe a mile into the hump, dude. Like we went over a ridge and came down, and it was just like that. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, holy shit. So I just ran to the first guy, and like I remember like pulling his pants down. He's like moaning. He was like, I can't feel my leg. His legs cramped. And I was like, dude, I gotta take your temperature, bro. And like, you're the first one. So like, and And I remember just getting like sweaty ass all over my hand, dog. And I was like,
you went all the way up.
I just stuck it. And I just had like my hand in like sweaty ass cheeks. And it's like Okinawa. So it's like, it's 100% humidity, dog. It's like, I had swamp ass all over my hand. And I was pissed. I was like, dude, my hand is no good now. So I just take like Purell and I'm just like, like just soaking it. And I was like,
you didn't have gloves on.
Oh, dude, you don't wear gloves, dude. Like, I was like, I've been covered head to toe in blood, and a nurse yelled at me one time, like, why aren't you wearing gloves? And I'm like, like, so anyway, and I remember like, just like, medevac, they were just throwing dudes on the deal. And I treated like 3 or 4 guys, like just stabilize them. Mm-hmm. And I got to a guy that was really bad. He like 104. I throw a bag at him. I'm like trying to get ice from the ambulance to put on him. I'm like popping ice packs, like stick him in his groin, behind his neck, like in his armpits, like just popping ice bags as fast as I can, trying to get his core down so that it doesn't fry his brain. And I rode back in the ambulance with him because he just wouldn't stabilize. I was scared he's going to swallow his tongue or something and like black out.
Yeah.
Dude, I get to the deal. And they had called every corpsman from like 3 bases. All my boys from the corpsman school, the first one in Chicago, were there. Like, yeah. It was like a reunion, but we're like, there was just bodies laid out everywhere. Like every bed in the BAS, they're bringing IV bags in, medevac. Dude, I think there was like 230 casualties that night. Heat stroke casualties. Yeah, it was horrible. Why they didn't fry that CO from 2-5, I don't know.
Holy shit.
Dude, shit like that, dog. You're like, what? This is not like, and they stopped the hump. I've never been where they stopped a hump. They stopped that hump. Like, yeah. And we're talking like 2 miles in.
Jeez, bro.
That was the worst. That was the first time, silver bullet. But I was instructor at Quantico at TBS and like part of the med platoon. And it's like a new thing, like plank owners. There's like, if you start something new in the Navy, it's like you get a plank or something. I never got a plank because they suck. But I've never done, like 10 a day. Like, it's all boot lieutenants, bro. They don't know. They're just like constantly in Quantico. It's all like Virginia, and they're in the trees sweating, covered in ticks, like boom, passing out. A lot of females.
Really?
Yeah. Like, and then it's uncomfortable because like I've never really treated female Marines, so you're like,
how do I handle this situation?
Yeah, and like you pull their pants off and they have like a pink thong on or something, and you're like, I'm out. Like I'm not getting arrested. Like somebody like, give me a female corpsman.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, or you take their blouse off to do like a blood pressure, and they have like their blouse cut like here, like the green skivvy shirt. They would cut it so it was like half a skivvy shirt, like just to their boobs, and you're like, no bra and stuff. You're like, just because it showed their collar, and I was just like, dude, I'm out. Like. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that's
awkward. It's just awkward for me. After a while, you're just like,
for sure.
It took like a couple of months.
Yeah, but you went from the fleet of just grunt units. Now you're transitioning to.
Oh, no, I had to do that too. So I'm at 29 Palms. I do that. We deploy. We go to Iraq. We do all that. We get back. Like, best time ever. I love my boys. Like, there's we still have such a tight bond.
Yeah.
Like, that unit. But, like, I got back and I had to leave. I got stationed in Corpus.
Ew.
And then like there was like the deal. Like, I was married at the time. I married a couple of times, true military fashion. But like my first wife, I was young. I was 21, and I was like, we were not good. Like, we're gonna get a divorce. Like, whatever. And they're like, where do you want to go? I was like, I want to go to Hawaii. And they're like, done, dude, you're going to Hawaii. And I was like, shit, I just want unaccompanied Hawaii. And they're like, you can't do that. She has to go. And I was like, okay, so I don't want to get divorced in Hawaii. And then she's stuck in Hawaii with me.
Yeah.
So I took Corpus. They're like, that's basically the deal. The detailer at the time, let's backtrack. I told you I worked at the career counselor's office at Camp Pendleton.
Yep.
That guy, not the guy my buddy that I went to high school with, our boss at the time, became our detailer, basically.
Which is who sends you anywhere you want to go?
Says anywhere you want to go.
The monitor is what
what you guys call them. So, like, he's like, dude, you go, where do you want to go, dog? Like, you just got back from Iraq. That's a golden ticket. And I was like, I need to get divorced. I need to go back to Texas. And he's like, Corpus, boom, you're done. Like, that's where I went. And I got divorced, was there for a year, canceled the orders, and went. And the only way out was to take, like, there's like 5 jobs in the Navy as a corpsman. They needed bodies like now. You get promoted to E5 and like $50,000 bonus, like all this shit.
Yeah.
And it was like radiation health tech. And I was like, I don't even know what that is, but it's not like other options like EOD, like SEALs, recon. I'll go into this later. And I was like, no, like I don't want to do that grunt. Like I don't want to be recon right now. Like, and it's like what Fallujah is about to kick off. Like,
well, let's talk about Iraq because you skipped over that.
Yeah.
So you do a MEU first.
Yeah.
Travel, hit some crazy countries. I'm sure you did a bunch of wild shit there. How long did you do total? How many years?
9.5.
Okay, so you guys are getting ready to do the initial push then at this point?
No, so I was on the MEU.
Mm-hmm.
We did the liberation of East Timor, and then we come back to the States, and then, shit, how long was I here, man? I don't think that long, maybe a year or less, and then we went to Iraq.
How was that working up with that?
It was chill. Like, I was so moto, dude. Like, I just wanted to go to, like, we thought we were going to war already when I was in Japan. When the towers hit, I was in Japan when the planes hit the World Trade Center.
Okay.
So, like, I thought we were, like, the next day we were jumping on the MEU.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like that. And then we went to East Timor to kill, like, terrorist training camps.
Okay.
So, because, like, Al-Qaeda at the time had something. I think, it was Al-Qaeda back then, right? The initial was Al-Qaeda.
Who knows?
Who knows, dude? It changes all the time. Yeah, it's not ISIS yet. So, I get back for, like, a year. And then it's like the shuffle, like you're leaving tomorrow kind of deal. And you're like, what? And that goes on for like weeks. And like we're like the last ones on the base. And then we fly out, go to Iraq, sit around Kuwait for like a month while they're digging the trench.
So the wars hasn't kicked off yet?
Not at all. We're just sitting in Kuwait playing video games.
Really?
Yeah. Like I had a guy in my unit shoot himself in a porta shitter.
On purpose?
On purpose. Yeah. And
that happens a lot.
Yeah, dude. It's like, why would you just not go out in a blaze of glory, you wuss? And then, like, I got in trouble later on because they were trying to, like, we have a Italian shirt that has, like, all the guys that lost their lives over, like, the deployments that we did at Third LAR for the Iraq War. And his name's on there. And I was like, he killed himself. And I got a huge fight with a bunch of people. And, like, anyway, I had to walk away from that.
Yeah.
But whatever. It just pisses me off. But because I have boys, dude, that really, like, you know what I mean? Like, like
he didn't go out the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. But anyway, that guys stabbed themselves, dude. I was having to go to like Kuwait hospital all the time and take dudes from like getting hurt, like flipping knives to go through your foot, or like it was so hot. Guys would get like Constantino wires on our vehicles and we'd wrap it in burlap, but like it would get hot by the exhaust and that would burn off, and guys get like razor wire cut, and I'd just staple heads, like just simple. Like it was chill. Just sit around waiting.
Yeah.
And then that sucked. Kuwait sucks. Like, Kuwait just sucks.
So hot,
dude, and miserable. Like, what a shitty country. And then the Seabees and all that, dude. They like, there's like a huge. Like, people don't realize, like, when you go into Iraq from Kuwait, there's a huge wall, like the biggest metal wire wall, like forever. And like, there's one on the other side too, and like a giant trench in between them, like 100 yards deep or something. And the Seabees had to build a sand bridge across, blow the two walls at the same time, and we invaded the country.
That's how they did it?
Yeah, so like it'd be like a game fence on this side and a game fence over here, and in between's a trench where they set up all the charges all on it. The Seabees built a bridge across the trench by filling it with sand for like months, like 4 months. And then when it was ready to go, they blew it and we just took off.
Really?
Yeah, so I remember that night. Like,
you guys are mobile.
Mobile, yeah.
Yep.
LAV. So like I remember sitting on the top the night before the invasion, like sitting on the vehicle, and they were sending Artie because there's like a whole entire battalion of like Iraqis at this place called Saffron Hills, this giant hill. We went to bed, huge hill you see in the background, like a hill like here, not like a mountain, but like a hill.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be like hiding there, like a tank battalion, like all that stuff. Well, dude, the Navy and the Marine Corps artillery leveled. By the morning, it was gone. There was nothing there. It was like flat ground, no shit. And like there was nobody left. Like I remember like they were putting pennies on arty rounds, and they were just green. Like it looked like glow bugs just going across. I've never seen so much arty in my life, dude.
What do you mean pennies on artillery?
You put pennies on artillery rounds. The thing, it glows green. The copper going through the air, it causes like a friction deal, and it makes it glow green.
I've never heard this before.
Yeah, dude. So like when you're looking up, dude, you see like millions of green like arty rounds, and you're like, dude, somebody's getting leveled tonight. And you just hear boom, 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 boom. You just watch it. I remember all night long watch. I fell asleep to that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What was that like? I mean, knowing the next day you're like invading.
I was scared to death, dog.
Were you?
Yeah, I was like 20 years old, scared to death. Like I didn't even know what to expect. Like, we're going in the dark. I remember getting there, and you're like, now what? Like, where is everybody? Like, who wants to party? And then I remember driving for like 3 days, and nobody wanted to kill us. You're like, wow, this is stupid. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, we're
so
like,
you guys do the invasion, you drive for 3 days and nothing happened?
yeah. Oh, dude, you want to hear? So this is wild. So, like, we're sitting there, and we're, like, on the radio, like, calling everybody, like, hey, man, anybody get any shit yet? Like, my CO's my boy. Like, I love camaraderie at the time. And he was, like, just calling everybody, like, hey, is anybody, like, fucking around want to find out? Like, anybody? Like, nobody was, like, getting any contact. And I think it was, like, 3 days. We got to this place called the 1-8 Northing, and it's a famous battle. They did like a mural at the MCRD of us from it, but like I think it was like the first firefight actually. And these Iraqis were like we're driving on this like berm road, like elevated road, and then like ditches on the side, and like just fields out everywhere. These dudes had like tarps, and they're underneath them, and we have thermals, like we have thermal imagery. It's like all of a sudden you hear like tink, you know, like around like hit the vehicle kind of deal. You're like, wait, somebody just shoot at us? And I remember we had CBs in the back of me, my LAV, and my gunny and is a badass. He was like original Force Recon. Like he was like the shit where you see like in The Rock where you're like, we need you guys to break into a sub base to tell us the weaknesses of the security. Okay. He did stuff like that. Okay. Like one of the coolest dudes I've ever met in my life. Just smoked a big cigar, wore a flak with no blouse, no cami, like just a flak, Kevlar, like textbook Marine Corps gunny, like your hero. You're like, that's the guy. He would be like, dude, we're all gonna die doing this. Let's go do it. And you're like, let's fucking do it. Like, so I remember like sitting there, and it's like people are. I like remember looking. Dudes are coming out of the ditch, and I just remember my gunny like swinging the 240, and he's just like, it's a butterfly mount, so he's like pinhole mount. And he's like, da 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 da. And like it's just me and my 2 CBs. We're like, I remember my eyes just getting big, and we're just staring at him. And he has a cigar in his mouth, and he just looks at us, and he's like, "Get some, get some, fucking get some." And we're just like, "Holy shit!" Like,
no shit.
Yeah, dude.
This is your first firefight.
First firefight, dude. Like, so the whole Fedayeen army is like trying to take us on, and like.
They had no idea what they were doing.
Dude, LAVs are brutal, bro. Like,
yeah, you got a 25mm Bushmaster.
Dude, it just smokes you. Did a whole company. Like, dude, I'll just tell you this. The sun was setting, and I remember just sitting there like it was so slow motion. Like, everything was in slow motion for me. Like, greatest experience. Like, you'll never have that high again. And I remember, like, looking around just like, holy shit, and just watching dudes drop. And then, like, all of a sudden, these jets came in, dude. And they did, like, this weird, like, wing, like, deal. You could see the dudes in the cockpit, and they just were dropping, like, 500-pound bombs on these dudes. And you're just like, the Cobras came in and were smoking dudes and, like, out of our range. Just dude, like, Cobras and air coming in and 25 Mike. I had the biggest, like, Marine Corps boner, like, in the world. Like, I was like, this is it. Like, this is it. This is it. This is all I want to do. And I remember after that firefight, dude, we were all just like high-fiving. And like my unit, we smoked these dudes, like so many bodies. And we're all chilling, like we're cracking MREs, dude. And I remember this lieutenant, and I just saw him at our reunion. He was like, we had a 4th LAR attached to us, which is like a reservist unit. And it was all like these Gatling gun anti-air LAVs. They were like pods. It had 2 Gatling guns on them. And they would just like shoot, like it looked like a laser beam.
Yeah.
Well, this dude, this Green Marine, he got shot. He was in the pod, and an AK round went in there, bounced around, hit him in the back. And they waited like 25, 30 minutes to come and get a corpsman. And I'm not even their corpsman. Like, I was just there, and they're like, I was like screaming, right? I need a corpsman. Like, lieutenants get hysterical, dude. You know,
every time, yeah.
You know how it is. So this dude's like losing it, and my CO's like, dude, you gonna do something? I was like, I don't even know who that is. And he's like, go check on it. So I go over there, dude, and it's like a dude sitting there, and he's like smoking a cigarette. And I was like, what's up, man? He's like, I got shot. I was like, you got shot? And you're just chilling like this? Where? He's like, in the back. So take his flak off, hole straight through the flak. And I'm like, whoa, that sucks. And I take his blouse off, hole through the blouse, hole through his green shirt, and he's a black dude, so he had a white mark on his back and a bruise around it, and blood was like trickling. Like we get like that first layer of skin, it's that like little drops of blood was just coming out of that. I took a photo of it. I was like, holy shit, bro. And it's like his spine, and it was like right here, like half of like an inch away from his spine. It had paralyzed him from the impact. But how do you have a bullet go through your flak, through your blouse, through your green shirt, and not pierce your skin? Like, God love that dude. So
was that your first person that got shot that you dealt with?
In combat, yeah.
In combat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we had do we have? I don't know if I had somebody dealt with any gunshot wounds before that. Okay. I think. Did you smash heads, like LAV wrecks, like that kind of stuff?
Were you dealing with a lot of? I mean, you guys were doing the invasion. Did you guys lose a lot of dudes or no?
No, not at all.
Really?
No. Our casualties were like like a guy went to sleep in his sleeping bag with his saw. He unloaded his saw, took the drum out, and there was that one in the chamber, and he slid it in his bag, and it double lunged him.
Really?
Yeah, dude, that was hard. Two of my corpsman buddies worked on him, and they're dead. It's too much for it. Their good friend.
Damn.
So that's what people don't realize. Like losing your friends, like it's hard. Like I don't have like PTSD. I don't think from combat. I think it's from the losses. Like
for sure.
Still seeing those and like. Just your boys, dude. Like, it's hard.
I think a lot of it comes down to is how much time you actually have to be able to, like, grieve and process it because there's none.
Zero.
You're just on to the next. Especially for you guys as a corpsman and your busy times. Like, there might be dudes that you're not as tight with in a platoon or whatever, but they're still your boys.
There's dudes that I loved, and they were my family. And then there was guys I was close with, and there was, like, everybody else. But, like, those guys are still, like, I've known you for 5 years. I'm not going to, like... Yeah, I still have a connect. It's gonna hurt. It hurts. Like
and you can't. You have no time to like process, especially when shit's going down or whatever. And I'm sure it's pretty tough.
I think most of my stuff was all like training accidents or like just like doing something. And guys get hurt all the time. The initial invasion we didn't have a lot. We had some guys. I had an RPG go by me, dude. That was pretty cool. Really? I found a chrome AK, and dude, this is cool because I was a scout corpsman originally during Iraq, I got moved to H&S Company. Oh. So a log LAV instead of a scout LAV. Just because of the experience somebody had to like be in charge of like my company. It was me, dude. There's no way I couldn't have done it from the back of an LAV. Yeah. In combat situations. So I had to do all this like not dog and pony, like hearts and minds. Like as a corpsman, Iraq, you're treating Iraqis too.
Like, oh, really?
Yeah, like these SEALs or CIA dudes shot. I remember like we were sitting there eating one day, like kind of by these buildings, kind of watching, doing perimeter watch, and this like Helix, which is like Toyota Helix, like a Toyota Tacoma, but it's like the Iraq version, and it's bouncing across the desert towards us. And dudes, no shit, Ryan, came out of like bushes, black baseball hats on backwards like this, dude, like 5'11" tactical pants, dude, and like polos, and smoked this dude. It like rolled up to our convoy, like with like perfect headshots in the deal. So then they're like, those dudes rolled up to me. I'm like, who the fuck are you? And like, don't worry about it. You got to go treat those guys. I was just like, well, fuck you. Okay. Like, so anyway, I go over there, and the dude, they were all screaming. Like one of the kids, like the teenager was dead. A brother was driving, like a guy like your age. Like if we were brothers, you were driving and I was in the front seat. I was a hysterical one in the passenger seat, and we had to like just zip tie and shut him up. And then you got a bullet in your neck, and it like went around the neck in the skin and like came out over here, stayed under the skin. Not one like went in where the jugular was too, and like didn't kill this dude. Just had like a weird scar. And you're like,
bullets do some random things.
Our dudes would get auto injectors. Iraqis would find. You never had 2-PAM chloride or the atropine injectors for like nerve agents? You guys didn't carry that shit?
Maybe our corpsman did. We didn't.
No, everybody had that when we were there.
Really?
Nerve agent stuff? You didn't carry any of that?
No.
So they had these like auto injectors.
I'm after you, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't do the push.
So like, cause they thought we were gonna get hit with biological stuff or nuked, we had like stuff for both on us. And I remember guys would just throw them out. Like, dude, I'd even wear a mask. Dude, I didn't even care at that point. Like, if we got gassed, I'd even put a mask. I stopped putting my mask on. I didn't care. I was like, whatever. Like, let's go. So, but guys were throwing their injectors, dude, and Iraqis would find them, and they didn't know what it was, and they'd push it, and it would shoot. Because it's like an auto injector. You hit it, and it shoots a needle through, then it puts the chemical in you, and you're good. They would shoot it. It would go through their finger, stay on the other side of their fingernail, fill all that fluid up, which is like 3 or 4 cc's behind the finger. They have these giant throbbing thumbs, and they're like wanted me to cut their thumbs off, and I'm like, bro, you just gotta suck it up. But I got a lot of kids. Like, I think my NAM was from saving a bunch of kids.
Like, so?
They bring you a lot of Down syndrome and so kids with like severe mental.
There was a lot of that over there.
Yeah, so they would bring me those kids a lot and try to get me to fix them, and like I'd have to get my interpreter to explain like this is not like something I could fix. But like I would get a lot of kids that would have like malnutrition or like super high. They brought me a lot of kids that had fevers. Like I don't know why I figured it out though. Like I got so many kids with fevers all the time, and it could have been malaria, but you can't give infants pills. So I would take, and this is where I learned how to do this later on too. It helped me through my career, but like I would grind up like Tylenol or like half of a Motrin, or trying to find the doses and trying to break that off, make a powder with it, put it with like Kool-Aid powder, Marine Corps Kool-Aid powder, which is like grape, a lot of grape.
Yep, and cherry
and stuff, and mix it with a little bit of that and water and make like a syrup, and they would take it like cough syrup.
Really?
Yeah, for kids, and it worked. So that, or like I didn't have Benadryl cream, so I'd break up Benadryl and mix it with like petroleum jelly, and like for like weird stuff for kids, like rashes and stuff, and like just all that kind of stuff. Like so many
shit.
I did a ton of stuff for Village, dude. Like my CO was like, because we were there during too with their not riding, what's it called, where you like looting, where they're stealing generators and combines from like John Deere factories and like all this crazy stuff. You'd like see a stolen John Deere getting down the road with like 10 generators chained together, just getting dragged like a serpentine snake.
Really?
Yeah. And like they came over the net, and like all looters shot on sight kind of deal. And my CO was like, we are not shooting these people to put generator, because they want generators and power in their mud huts. Like,
yeah.
He's like, if that is not our rules of engagement. So like, I mean, that's the kind of dude he was. Like,
that's good at least.
Yeah, like there was no savagery.
Yeah.
Thank God. Like, 'cause you know that happens with units, and
For
like,
sure.
dude, you see it. Like these people are just like, they've been oppressed. Like they are oppressed.
Want some freedom.
And like, but I thought like the initial invasion, we were doing good, and it just went to hell. I think like Fallujah, all the army kind of comes in and messes stuff up a little bit sometimes. I feel like.
Did you guys do Fallujah?
No. My guys did later on. My unit did.
You only did one to Iraq, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that Fallujah was bad for us. We lost a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
That screwed all my corpsmen. All my buddies were corpsmen. That was like their widowmaker. They all killed themselves basically after that.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Corpsmen, like the suicide rate's pretty high.
No one talks about it.
No, it's bad.
And if you think about it, it's like, dude, they're dealing with all like cops and everybody here, but overseas, like you're dealing with, like you said, nobody's calling you to come fucking hang out, like in their back of their vehicle. Something's happened, so it's just always negative that you're dealing with.
It's always, yeah. And then like, yeah. Oh well, yeah. I think that's another thing too. Like, it's hard when you lose a corpsman. Not just from speaking from a corpsman. Like, it's hard on a unit. Like,
for sure.
It's like it drains a lot. Like, because sometimes you guys think we're invincible, and like I run around like I was invincible all the time. Like, because I felt
Corpsmen
it.
are like the cameraman; they never die. You know, it's like a joke.
They do though.
For sure.
But it's rare. Yeah, not statistically, because there's only one of me.
There's one in a platoon. You know, you got
like
50,
you're not the
60
guy.
dudes. You're not. It's like, you know, like that's like we'd always have the joke. It's the cameraman never dies. It's the same with the corpsman. You hear all these stories of like whole units getting freaking just their asses handed to them, and the corpsman always pops out. And I mean, obviously they're a target, but yeah, I can see it's probably pretty rough, especially when you lose one, and then that takes a lot of morale out of a platoon.
I think it does for sure. And then
because you're like your little stepbrother, you know, like that's how you look at a corpsman. It's like
I'm like a brother. Like I feel like a little. I've always like, and I mean, I'm even littler than you. Like most Marines are always so much bigger than me for some reason. I'm like, damn, I'm a big dude. Like I feel like sometimes I get around like all my like or at home I'm a normal sized dude, and then I got like around all my Marines like when we're at the pool and shit, and like I am the littlest dude there. Like still, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. Like how you guys taller than me? Like no, but it's funny. Like, but it's always like they would defend my Marines would defend me no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Like I would go into a bar and somebody could bump me, and we're like getting thrown out for a bar fight because of it. Like
100%.
Like I never got to get a lot. I didn't get a lot of fights in once I was in the military as a corpsman because like
Marines
would never let like as soon as some like you're about to get hit and all of a sudden like some dude's like jumping in there getting hit and like they're all killing him like bees, like a swarm of bees on him, and you're like. You just felt powerful sometimes.
I bet.
You're like, whoa.
You got that whole platoon of personal security that just
yeah.
yeah.
But but like that's a perk. Like, and then sometimes you don't pay for drinks. Like, I don't know. It's fun, dude. Like,
yeah.
I always got. And the cool thing with corpsman is like, no matter what you do in most any Marine Corps base, any Navy base, there has to be there's corpsman there. So like, you can go anywhere. There's like some weird places corpsman get to go that nobody else can go.
Huh.
And you're just like, cool. Like, cool.
So you get out of the Marine Corps.
Yeah, I get out. I was a Quantico instructor. A bunch of my corpsman buddies, they died in a helicopter crash in Yuma.
Really?
Yeah, my buddy Brandon just had a little girl, and I talked to him like on Monday and Friday he was dead. And you're like, fuck. And,
oh shit.
Yeah, it's hard. It hit. He was like my brother. We have like matching tattoos. Like there's like three. There's me and two other guys. They had matching, and then another guy. The four of us are like brothers, and two of them are dead. One of them killed himself. One was a helicopter crash. And Mike, I thought he was in that helicopter crash too, because they were together as SAR corpsmen, and I thought they died. Brandon did die, but like that was it for me. Like I was already accepted to college. Like I just threw it out there to see what would happen. I was at Quantico. I'd been there 2 years. Like. Leadership was shit. My chief was a piece of shit. He was like super racist, like type deal, and like holding it. I don't know. It's just this weird like dynamic there, and I would have done 20, but Quantico killed it for me.
That sucks.
Yeah, I would have done 20, no questions asked.
Schoolhouse killed it for me too.
Yeah, like dude, is it training command, dude? Like, and people don't even realize like. Being with the grunts is one thing, like doing field ops. Training command field op. Dude, I'm in the field every single day for 6 months. Horrible. I've never been in the field so long away from like my wife. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, you're only pushing lieutenants.
Mm-hmm. I taught
and I loved it. I loved the, like, I drink the Kool-Aid, but like, I couldn't come back and get any support from like my leadership.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't keep coming out of my pocket on stuff, and like I'm sleeping in my truck. Like we're having to take our own food to the field. Like that's another thing. Since we were staff, we didn't get MREs. We had to buy our own groceries.
That doesn't make any sense.
I would do a 2-week field op or a week field op, and I had to take a cooler out to the field and cook my own food.
Yeah.
Like
I believe it.
I was like, you can't. Like it's like $45 for a box of MREs or something. I don't $80. I don't know it was expensive, but they take it out of my pay, and I'm like, I'm not paying for MREs, dude. When I can buy a Mountain House meal or something, or cook ramen, or like, you know what I mean? It wasn't worth it to me.
Yeah.
So
It's time to go.
So I got out. I got accepted to Texas Tech. I went there. I was bull riding in 29 Palms. I was like a big bull rider.
Okay.
I wanted to go to like Texas to bull ride. So when I got accepted at Tech, I thought I was gonna be like bull riding. Like I was like, this game on. And there was like no bull riding except at the university, and they didn't have any bull riders. So I remember one time, like, I found the rodeo deal. I went and talked to them, and I had all my own gear, and they're just like, "Wait, you know how to ride bulls?" And they're like, "Yeah, like we'll give you a full ride scholarship."
Really?
And I was like, "I've never even been on a bull. Like, doesn't even matter. We need a body on a bull, because at Texas Tech, they were all ropers. Like, East Texas, they're all ropers. Like, I'm not a roper. I don't ride horses. That's whatever." No offense to you guys that ride horses, like out there, like I like to bulls, like that's one of my speeds. So like, I would do bareback horse, like bronc riding, no questions asked. But I'm not a roping. That's what I mean. So like, the guy's like, we just need a body, And I was like, cool. But I was 26 years old. And like, so the rodeo is PBR, like professional bull riding is like the PBR. And now it's different. I think they do like teams or so. I don't watch bull riding. We watched some last night, but I haven't seen it in a while. But college is PBRCA, or PRC, something like collegiate.
Okay.
They won't insure you after 25 years old. It's not like NCAA, like where you just show up. You know what I mean? NCAA, you can be a 40-year-old man and play football. If I get hurt, I'm covered through the NCAA, through legalities and insurance and all that.
They don't cover you?
They don't cover you. And they're like, if you want to ride, you have to have your own insurance. And I didn't know, like, also when you get out, you have a year's worth of insurance. I should have just done that because it would have been cheaper for me to pay for insurance in my first semester. Like, I just didn't do it. I was married. I was trying to be responsible. Like, it was stupid. Like, I should have bull rode.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, but I did it before. So, like, I have checked off, like I said in the beginning of this, I wanted to be a doctor and a bull rider. I rode for 3 years in 29 Palms, and I was a corpsman. So I kind of count both of those as, like, I did it. Like, I don't have to prove shit. I mean, I know I can ride bulls. Like, you know what I mean? But next will be the race car driving. But anyway, I turned that down, went to tech, and I saw like there was kayak fishing. And I was like, kayak fishing? That sounds cool. I have kayaks. Like, what does that involve? And so we signed up for a tournament. And my buddy, one of my best friends, he signed up with me. Me and him, we go. And we get like third place. And you're like, oh, that was kind of addictive. Like we won. And then like, I think St. Croix, like a company, a fishing company out of like Minnesota or Milwaukee. I can't remember where they're at. Like Great Lakes area. Okay. They reached out and they're like, hey, do you be on our pro staff? You want rods? And I was like, dude, I just won one tournament. I got rods. Like, I'm in. Like, so I moved to tech. I get accepted. Long story short, I ended up going back to tech. I get accepted to Texas A&M Corpus, and I moved down there. Go through a divorce. Like,
so this is your second divorce?
Second divorce.
Okay. Yeah.
Going through my divorce and going to school and fishing, and I loved it. Like, I loved college. It was so much fun. At tech, it was fun. I didn't know. You could tell I was a Marine, dude. I went and I bought every color polo I could. Like, I would go to Dillard's and get them, like, in the wintertime when they're on sale for, like, half off. So I'd go to class every day with, like, a polo and, like, jeans and boots. Like, I was dressed up every single day, and everybody was, like, bums. And then by the time I transferred after my first semester, I was like flip-flop, like I am now, like just normal. Yeah.
I had to find yourself.
Yeah, I had to like be like, wait a minute, like don't take this so serious. Yep. But tech was a huge school, and Texas A&M at the time in Corpus was a smaller school, so like 20 people in a classroom.
Got it.
Versus like 150.
Yeah.
And that's my speed.
For sure.
So I knew my professors like I had them multiple times. I was the older dude. I was like 26 when I went to college. Okay. And I graduated at 30. That was my goal. I had to graduate on my 30th birthday. So went to Portugal in college, like for the Portuguese government. Like did it all, bro. Did it all. Like best time ever. Like I was single the whole time. Like I love college. Like so much fun. And if you backtrack, I was stationed in Corpus, and they have like a ROTC at that campus. Yeah. Years before that I was ever there, they were like, we need a corpsman to help just cover the ROTC kids rappelling off the roof, the science building. And I went there, and I remember sitting by those pads, like looking around at this campus and be like, one day I'm coming here. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, there were so many. Like, I'm a testosterone. Like, I'm driven by females. Like,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, that just, and not now, I'm married, but like my younger self is driven by females. So like, sure. I'm like, oh, dude, there's like girls everywhere here. That's where I'm coming to school. And I ended up going there, and I like, every time I walk by that science building, I gotta look over that roof like, fuck yeah. Like, I came here. And I loved it. It was the best. And I graduated, and then I met you in Afghan. Like,
oh, no shit.
Yeah. So like 2011, I graduated in December of 2011. And I'd been through the 08 crash, the 11 crash, like all the crash. Like whatever money I had was gone. Cause like,
yeah. Is that what led?
Cause our government sucked, and they don't know how to manage our funds. But I lost everything. So when I graduated college, I was like, I would like work for the Portuguese. I did all this shit. I was in the military. I had like all this shit. I was like, there's no way I'm not going to get a job. I applied everywhere, dude. Like 100 applications like a week, like everywhere. I would do anything.
And I'd get like go, and I would go, and like I remember one time I got a job, like I got hired. I was like, oh shit, like I got a job, and like I was so excited. And I go in there, and the dude was like, yeah, come into my office. Like it'd be like I interviewed you with you on Friday, and I come in on Monday for the job. And I go in, and he's like, tell me a little bit about yourself. I was like what? I was like, what? And I was like, okay, I like to fish, new college grad. I'm like, I was in the military. And he's like, why do you want this job? And I was like, you asked me all this stuff on Friday, dude. Like, you gave me this. I'm here to work. And he's like, oh, okay, that's right. So I was like.
So he's interviewing again, didn't even remember you?
Didn't remember me. So I was like, man, the turnover must be high here. Like, I thought about that. And he's like, oh, here, take this shirt, go in the room. You have to, like, put the shirt on and wear it. And it was a marketing job. And I was like, okay. So I go and I put it on. It's a polo. And I go into the bathroom and I look at it. And it's an old polo, just like the normal polo. And I look at it and the collar had like those balls on it where it's like been rubbing on your skin and like it'd been worn a bunch. Like,
he gave you a used shirt?
A used shirt, dude. And I looked at it and I was standing in the mirror and I like, and it slapped me like a giant dick to the face, dude. Like, not gonna lie. I remember looking in this like metal, I was in this tiny little bathroom, like half the size of your bathroom, dude. And I remember looking in the mirror, like
studio bathroom for people listening.
Oh yeah, studio bathroom. So I'm like, I'm sitting in the bathroom and I'm like looking at myself in the mirror. You're like, dude, you're a combat vet. You've been through combat. You have a college degree. You've been through 2 divorces. Like, you've lived on your, like, I was thinking about all the shit I've overcome to get to this point. And they're like, this piece of shit out there thinks I'm going to wear this dirty old shirt. Like, I don't even care. I don't even care what this job is anymore. I walked out there and I was like, here's your fucking shirt, man. And he's like, excuse me? I was like, dude, you just gave me a dirty shirt. I was like, you're an idiot. And I was like, he's like, you don't want this job? I was like, fuck your job. Pardon my language, sorry. And I left. And I was like, never again. So then I only applied to jobs I wanted. And my buddy's like, dude, you should do security. So I just typed in private security and Aegis popped up. And I sent an application off. And I took off for like a 5-day kayak trip with my boys. We were kayaking the Guad, like middle of winter. And I remember I left my phone in my car. And I get to my car and I have like a lot of voicemails from a recruiter from Aegis. And they're like, hey, like, are you gonna return my call? Like, and I was like, dude, I've been on a river for like 5 days. What's up? He's like, oh, we would really like to offer you a position at Aegis, like, da da da. So I went to DC, did all that. And then I met you. Yeah.
That's where all hell broke loose.
Yeah. Yeah. It was interesting.
That's the only way I could describe that job, is it was very interesting. Do you remember us when we first got to Afghan? They didn't even know we existed.
No.
And we sat at that villa
hotel thing
with
the roses
with the pool for weeks. And they lost my whole entire security package. It's like a top secret. The original.
I forgot that.
Hard pack. And they call me into the HR department. They're like, hey, we don't have your secret clearance package and everything. I'm like, I gave it to you like 3 weeks ago. They're like, we don't have anything on record here. They lost my whole entire package in Afghan.
That's wild.
Gurkhas,
bro.
We got to talk Gurkhas.
Okay, so Afghanistan. That was interesting, dog.
Wait, let's just start with training.
Playas,
New Mexico.
CIA black side. I swear on my life. It has to be.
It had to be. So the only way I could describe this place, imagine an old nuke town that they'd built.
Yeah.
To like set up those fake cameras and those videos where like the town gets wiped away, but the camera somehow never does.
Super weird, right?
Weird. Anyways, it was
where
like
the cars are there, then they're not there.
Yeah.
You seen that one?
Yes.
Anyway, yeah.
Super weird town, like swing sets. Everything's these cookie cutter little homes.
Yeah, they're multicolor, like pastel, like the whole textbook. I'm gonna drop a nuke on this town
in the middle of nowhere,
where it's probably been nuked before.
100%.
Those people were like nuked at least once.
The people that lived on this little base are so weird.
So weird.
So
they're all related. They have to be related. They were all related, right? They're all
look
sisters.
the same.
Yeah, they're all sisters, I think, or cousins.
Well, that's what made it so embarrassing about.
Oh yeah.
Me having to buy condoms there.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that story?
Yeah.
Talk about that right now. We're gonna go to it in a minute.
Yeah. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. So like, you want to tell that story? I don't know how. It's your story more though than mine. I was just like, You don't want my piss, bro. Like,
So
I have rainbow color pee.
Yeah, we get to this course and everything's going fine. And like a couple weeks into this course, they call me to the HR office. And I go down to HR and they're like, "Hey, you popped on a piss test." And I was like, "I popped on a piss test?" I'm like, "I don't do drugs." And I'm like, "Well, what did I pop on?" Like, that doesn't make any sense. I was genuinely confused. I'm like, "What the fuck? I don't smoke weed. Like, I don't do coke. I'm clean. Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm clean." And she writes down this long ass word on this piece of on this little sticky note.
Yeah.
And I leave the HR office and I type in like the first like 4 letters of this scientific name she gave me, and DECA pops up. I was like, "Oh,
I remember that, dude."
I was like, "Damn it, I popped on steroids."
But let's backtrack this though. What you're failing to mention is they came in that classroom, remember that, and they read off a list of names, and it's like the 7 meatheads in our class.
I was giant at
yeah,
that
dude.
time.
It's like there's all of us, and then it's like Brian Morse, blah blah blah, so and so, and like the 6 meatheads get up and leave, and we're like, yeah, no shit. We all know what they got busted for.
That was huge too.
You were huge then, dude.
That was massive. And so then I'm like, I come back and I'm like, fuck, I popped on a piss test. Like, what do I do? And then I think it was you. We're like, "Yo, you got to piss in a condom." And I was like, "Well, you gonna piss for me?" And you were like, "No."
Like, I love you, dude, but you don't want this piss. They're gonna be like, "Well, you only popped for one thing earlier." I'm just kidding.
How do you have ketamine in your system?
No, I didn't do ketamine. I just smoked a lot of pot, I think, back then.
Yeah.
I was in college, bro.
Yeah. So this
It was
dude,
my girlfriend, not me.
this dude refuses. He's like, "You're better off not using my piss." And then my roommate had my back. And so then I'm like, "Where the hell do I get a condom out here?" Because we're in the middle of the desert.
Middle of the desert.
And so the only people on this base are dudes. And we're
And
2
the people
hours.
that work there.
And the people that work there, which are all sand creatures.
Sand creatures.
So I'm trying to convince you to go buy me condoms because I'm too embarrassed. He wouldn't do it. So I go to this little PX and I got to buy like these lube-free like condoms.
The only pack.
Was the only, because you walked with me there.
Yeah, I went over there with you. It was like a 3-pack.
And yeah, it was the only pack they had in there. And they're looking at me because there's nobody else there. So now I think that they think I'm gay because I'm buying.
You think I was banging me? Damn it. Shit, bro. All these years I never thought about this because it's just me and you, dude. You're like buying raw dog condoms over here. Like, and I'm just all here smiling in my head, laughing like this fucking guy. And those ladies are probably like,
they're looking at both of us
like,
now.
Look at that guy.
he's having sex with him. I was this giant dude. You were this tiny little surfer. They're like, poor guy. Now that we think about it.
I think about it right now when you say it out loud.
Yeah,
you're like, you dude.
See,
I was gonna bang you. You were gonna bang me.
I'm not gay.
It's not gay as long as you don't make eye contact, right?
So I buy these condoms and do this walk of shame, and we're planning this thing out. Then my roommate, he pisses in a water bottle. I fill the water this condom with my roommate's piss, and I tie it, and then I tie this thing to my wiener with dental floss.
Oh, I remember that.
So uncomfortable. It was the most awkward, like tying it tight enough so it wouldn't like work itself down. And so I leave a class early. Well, you guys all go to training. I'm like, okay, I got to go do this piss test. I got this condom filled freaking with piss tied to my dick, and I'm doing like this penguin walk because I'm like, it's all super awkward. And halfway of walking to the HR, the condom breaks full of piss, and I have no idea. And all of a sudden, I just feel this warm, wet sensation just all the way down to my knee, and I am covered in Ryan's piss. My roommate.
Is that when you realize you're like, golden showers is my thing or not my thing?
Yeah,
No,
not my thing. Yeah. And so these dudes come pulling up in this van, and they're like, "Yo, what the hell?" And I got piss all over me. I'm like, get out of the way. I get in the van. We go back to the house. I have to do it all again the next day, but I didn't tie it to me this time. I put it in my pocket. He pissed for me again. I tie this condom up, put it in my pocket. I got one condom left. I'm tripping because there was no more in the little convenience store.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I get there and they had a little mobile piss test.
Didn't they bring in a special van for you guys, right? Yeah,
and I go walking up because they canceled it the first day. When my condom broke, they had canceled it. Thank God. So it bought me an extra day.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
And then the next day, the mobile guy came in and I turned the corner and there's like 30 people standing in line and it was every giant meathead on the base.
All failed.
Everybody failed. And so, because that's when they were cracking down on steroids because of Blackwater. That's how they were gotten all that trouble. They claimed like roid rage and shit. So yeah, so now this company's cracking down and they everybody that was on a cycle or whatever popped. Dude, that place was absolutely wild. And I got in, and then all the instructors were like, "What'd you pop on? What are you running?" Remember, they're hounding me the whole time. Just tell us what you're on. You're good. Same team, dude. We're all contractors, man. I was like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Man.
It was weird. It was a fluke. It was weird shit.
Did you think Jimmy Green was CIA?
100%.
Right.
100%.
That dude was the scariest dude I've ever met in my life.
Was he the one that drank the buttermilk coffee or whatever?
The black beard.
He was. I would like to look him up. Actually,
I would love to like talk to him and see what he was doing. They had was it VRX where they're doing going into countries and rescuing like kids.
Yeah. They were doing some crazy
shit. Like that is one of the only dudes that I've ever met where you're like,
I don't want to fuck with that dude.
I don't want to fuck with him. Like. There's a lot of dudes I get in a firefight with. Like, again, like, I'm not scared of a lot. Like, I'd be like, all right, I can stand my own on this. Then you see him and you're like, Jimmy would smoke you in an alley with a knife before you even drew a pistol.
For sure. Like, that type of dude. These were our instructors.
That dude was cool. I had mad respect. There's very few, I'm like, I respect the shit out of that dude. Yeah. Oh, and he came to Afghan when we were there too, and he was super cool.
Dude, we threw a snake on you. You could tell that story.
So... These assholes is like mixed service. It's all like all Marines basically, almost all of them. So like instantly you're like,
well, all the Marines kind of stuck together because the Air Force and the cops and all that were. So we were like,
the old guys and the cop, like all those guys kind of stuck together in the Marines, and I stuck with you guys. And then, like we had
me, you, Rob,
Chad,
a few others.
Yeah, and then. That was like our clique, though. I was doing something, and you guys were like, Doc, somebody's hurt. Like, I don't remember who it was, but I think it was, anyway, they get my ass in there, and I walk into the house, and I'm like, everybody's standing there, and I'm like, man, something's off. And before I could even, like, hesitate, it's like, I just felt something on me, and I grab it. And it smells like the most awful thing I've ever smelled in my life. And it's a rattlesnake. And I scream like a girl. There's a video of it, so I can't say I didn't scream like a damn girl. But I screamed like a girl, and I flung this thing across the room. Well, the roadkill in Plius is like, there's dead snakes everywhere.
Everywhere.
Because the meatheads would do like the driving training in the streets, and they'd run them over. And Marines don't know how to do anything like without hitting a snake, So these snakes were out there for like days, and this asshole gets like a snake that's been in the sun for days.
It was a giant.
It was like mush inside of it, dude. It was like goo, and I fling it. It gets all over their houses. That's what you guys get. But I had that all over me, and every damn year, because these dudes posted it on Facebook and tagged it like almost 20 years or 15 years ago.
Something.
I still every year I get that reminder, and I'm like. I have to watch the video, and I just laugh. And it's so bad because it's so old and grainy now. Like, but anyway, yeah. Plius was interesting. And then they nail us. Remember, we're all going to go home for like 3 months and like chill and then come back. And then they're like, hey, you guys are all leaving from here. And you're just like, wait, what?
Yes.
Like, I need to go home and see my girl before I'm like going to Afghan for 3 months.
And then they fly us to Kabul.
No, we go to Phoenix.
Did we go to Phoenix?
We go to Phoenix. Strip clubs in Phoenix.
Yep.
Then the In-N-Out Whataburger Challenge in Phoenix. Dudes are getting girls off Craigslist. Like
I wasn't there for this. I went home.
Oh, that's right. You took off.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. So, yeah. Like, it was wild.
Yeah. I missed all this.
So that was wild. And then we flew to Atlanta from there. We went from Phoenix to Atlanta. Chad, my old roommate, he had a girl come in and meet him in the parking garage of Atlanta Airport. And he goes out there and knocks boots. And I got his bag next to me, and we're boarding. He was gone for like 2 hours.
And they start boarding us. We get on the plane. I'm freaking out, dude. You know what I mean? I get freaked out. I'm like, if somebody's going to be late, we're going to miss something. I'm like, ah! I get all like, I'm kind of a nerd. So I get like, I freaked out. And he like, they like held the plane. They get him on the plane. And I'm like, dude, really? And he's like, oh, it's so worth it, bro. So worth it. And it's like, Chad, you son of a bitch. And then we all go to that Kabul. And this is funny, dude. This is funny on that story too. So we land in Dubai.
Yeah.
And like Dubai airport's gangster.
Baller.
Like Dubai is awesome, period.
Yeah.
Like if you're got money. And we're in Dubai airport. We're all drinking at like the Irish place, the Irish bar or whatever. And I remember we had like a 10-hour layover. And I was just like, just being my antsy self. And Chad was like, dude, take a Vicodin. No. What was it? Xanax. And I was like, I don't take pills. He's like, dude, you just need to chill out a little bit. Take a Xanax. And I took that Xanax. I remember like shooting it with a beer. And then I don't remember anything else. And then I remember when the wheels hit Afghanistan, they touched down in Kabul. I remember like waking up like, oh shit, what's going on here? And like drool all over my whole face and my thing. It was like sticky, sweaty, and like smelled bad. And I'd fallen asleep on this red bearded Afghani the whole entire flight due to Kabul. And I don't remember getting on the plane. I don't remember sitting in I don't remember shit, dude. I slept on this Afghani. Like he was an old man. I was like, oh, my bad. Like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh, shit. And then we land. You weren't there for that?
No.
Because then they wouldn't let us have our bag. They're like, you need to do our stamp your passports. But it's like chicken wire fences. And I was just like, fuck you. I don't have time for this. And I just grabbed my bag. And then, like, everybody was like, fuck you, and grabbed our bags. So, like, our whole crew just grabbed our bags and walked outside.
Well, because you didn't fly in with Peck, right?
No.
Okay, so I
was
flew in with
Chad.
See, I didn't fly in with you guys. I
Rob,
flew in the next
Rob,
group over.
all that group, yeah. Her name, all those dudes. So, like, we got there.
You know why? Because they lost my package in the
Yeah,
States.
you got to stay.
And they sent me home to finish it again, and then they lost it. Or that's what happened. That's why I missed you guys. I was like a day or two behind
You weren't that far behind us.
No.
But we got there, and, like, the whole crew, like 20 of us, just went out into the parking lot. And we're like, oh, shit, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, because now you're out and standing.
Like, now we're in Afghanistan. And then some dude, like, ran over. He was like, you're with us. And I'm like, where's our guns, bro? Like, how do I know I'm with you?
That was a really weird feeling, landing in Afghan without
No guns.
anything. And then you're, like, looking.
We didn't get guns, dude, for, like, a long time.
Dude, yeah, because we were partying at the villa.
The villa with the rose bushes. That was the trippiest thing ever, dude. Like, going into, like, a thing that sold Dre Beats and had, like, a Olympic-sized swimming pool and, like, good-ass food, french fries, like, Coca-Cola. Like, we had real food.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought it was baller, dude.
Baller. And I was like, dude, this is dude, every day we didn't do anything. We just sat by the pool for like 2 months, right? Like,
Yes.
at least.
We just laid out every day.
Laid out every day. And I was like, dude, this is contractor life. I was like, fuck, I could do this forever. I was
We
just
have
like,
pictures. There's me, you,
there's
and
pictures-
Chad laying at the pool.
pool
Just like,
getting tans,
I'm
bro.
calling all my boys like, yo, you got to get on this
Get on this
contractor
job,
life.
dude. This is the greatest job
This
ever.
shit's dope.
I was like, I'm going to do this for 20 years.
100%.
And then,
Little did we know.
little do we know, when they offered us to go to the other base to get, what was it? That other contract company, we were replacing them. I went early.
Armor Group.
Yeah, I went to replace them.
See, I was there for this too.
Yeah, and we got all their shit. Remember that? We were buying their TVs for like $50.
Yup.
And then, so that's where I made out like a bandit too. As soon as guys are like, I waited till they were all leaving, and then I got all their food because food is a better currency than a TV.
For
I could
sure.
store and I had cases of food from that, and
Yup.
I was just like trading that shit out constantly because I can't eat Gurkha food. Like,
God, it was so bad.
yeah, I don't need it raining from my butthole every single day. Like,
So bad,
So
bro.
bad.
So horrible.
yeah, why should we be subjected and have to eat that food? Like,
That was fucked up.
I thought that was
the
fucked
majority
up.
of us are Americans working here, and then they made us eat the Gurkha food.
Yeah.
That was just what, okra, rice.
Slop, dude. I think it was just prison slop.
Oh,
It was
God,
awful,
it was
dude. You'd get
so-
sick. And then they didn't wash their hands. Like, Gurkhas are so gross. Like, anyway.
These dudes would. I think I've told it on here before. Like the Afghanis that were running the chow halls, so they would just sneeze into our bowls of food, and everybody was sick, bro. You remember the
We all got, like,
dysentery?
dysentery. We're all locked in our rooms. Like, I couldn't even finish dude, I was in my room for, like, 3 days, and they're getting pissed. I'm like, dude, I am not sitting in an embassy booth, like, running to the bathroom. I'm like, I'll get fired. Like, no way.
Yeah, it was horrible, man. We all got sick. And then, so the Gurkhas. How do you explain Gurkhas?
Gurkhas are like our first line of defense in case we got attacked at the embassy. I think they were like,
they're the
not cannon fodder.
Decoys.
Yeah, like
they're the first line of defense.
They're way out there too. I mean, remember having to walk way out to the Gurkha thing. You're like, Jesus.
Yes, the history of Gurkhas are like these supposed to be these badass Nepalese warriors that like guard the Queen of England. They're like her personal security. You Google Gurkhas and there's pictures of these dudes in berets and they got these cool swords and shit. So the whole entire time they're telling us like, dude, you guys are working with these Nepalese warriors. We're like, fuck, this is badass. All right, cool. Badass. Like, this is dope. Well, there's different tiers of these warriors, and then at the very bottom of the barrel are like the farmers that are just trying to get out of their life, had a poverty and got a job, and that's what we ended up getting stuck with.
Yeah, my Gurkhas are probably all pitchfork farmers.
100%.
They were
like
all 60
old men.
years old.
Yeah, they're all like
all
45 plus, 60 years old. Some of them could barely even move. I mean, getting them in and out of vehicles, they're moaning and grunting. And it was
they were old, dude.
All of them.
Older than us now, like by a long shot.
Yeah.
Long shot. And then two, like, no offense, dude, they were single task oriented people.
Yes.
Like, if I wanted a Gurkha to open a gate when a car drove up, I'd have a Gurkha stand there and thumb up a guy so the other guy could hit the button, because the Gurkha that saw the car pull up didn't have enough bandwidth to hit the button. You know what I mean? And then, so like, if you ever played that game Lemmings as a kid, that's what Gurkha. That's why I was so good with Gurkhas. It's because like, remember Lemmings?
Yeah.
So it's like you had to get one to dig a hole and one to make a bridge, and like they all single task oriented, and like that's what we had to do with our Gurkhas. Remember that, dude, for the check stations? Like, a Gurkha had to hit a button. A Gurkha had to do a thumbs up. A Gurkha had to scan. A Gurkha had to... There was like 9 Gurkhas to open a gate, dude. You're like, what do you mean 3 of you can't do this? Like, this is a 3-person job.
And it would take forever.
Ever. Oh my God, dude. I used to get so mad.
We'd be at the front gate just, let us in, just honking the horns of our trucks. It just, God, what a shit show. And those dudes would blow snot rockets and shower babies.
Everywhere.
That's why we were all sick, man.
You gonna talk about us getting our licenses?
Oh my God. Okay.
Let me start it this is the reason I did it. So like the first time we had to go to the embassy, there's these giant buses.
Mad Max
buses, like wires all over them. The only way in and out is the back door,
which is a death trap.
It's a death trap. You get locked in there by the driver. And the driver's like in an 18-wheeler cab. It's like a bench.
Literally a Mad Max bus.
It's a Mad Max bus, yeah. And like you're in a 18-wheeler cab towing this body that is just like a shell. It has a bench down the whole side. It's probably 40 foot long. And like I got in that and I was like instantly claustrophobic. It was hot as shit. You couldn't control when you came in and out of it. And I'm a control freak about my safety. And I was like, if we got hit by an RPG, I'm in this thing and I'm not coming out, because the idiot driving it's not going to let me out. Like, you know what I mean? It's his job to let you out and he's not letting you out.
Yeah.
So as soon as they're like, who wants to drive these things? I was like, yo, like that's a no-brainer, because I'm never riding in the back. I'll quit. Like, I'm not riding in the back of that. So that's why I was like, I'm on.
I just wanted to drive because I like being in charge. So
yeah. And
so these dudes, go ahead.
So me and this dude, I think we were the first. I went first or you went first?
I went first.
Yeah.
We have video of this somewhere.
Yeah, and did you go first?
No, you did.
I did, and they were pissed because I like hit all the Jersey barriers. I got it up on like 4-wheel. I got it up on its side. Like,
you ran over a giant pallet.
Yeah, I ran over a bunch of shit. I did it
crunching. It's in the middle of the night. I turn on the radio. I turn the radio on. It's blasting the loudest Haji music, just screaming. There's bedazzled shit and like tassels hanging from. Like, imagine just getting into some Afghani old man's truck. That's what we did in this driving course.
He was in the middle, and that's another thing. It was me, the Afghani, and then you, and he was stuck in the middle of us. And it's like we had already fine-tune our stick. We're like, we can play off each other. Like, if we're giving somebody a hard time, like
immediately
we just feed off that energy, and like it's just a very fun thing to do. And we're just like, this guy is scared. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. And then I'm like, we're switching and we're like laughing and like, it's too loud. It's chaos. And the instructors were like, what the fuck was that? And they're like, you can't even drive this thing. And they're like, oh, you're a corpsman. Like, here's your license. And then it was your turn.
No, the first thing you did is put it in reverse and smashed into a wall.
Yeah.
And it crashes. And then you turn, not like the go around the Jersey barrier, like the Hesco barrier. You like drove through it and scrape the whole side, rip all of this metal cage wide open. People are screaming at you. Got the music full blast.
Can't hear shit.
There's red lights, so you can't see out of the cab. And then I'm just telling you, I'm just pointing in directions, and I can't see fuck all either. This little Afghani man sitting between us, like, no. You're just smashing over everything.
That's
dude.
how I roll.
Yeah. And then I get in, and I'm like, hold my beer.
No, but you did. So that was the deal too. Like, we're about to switch. We're like high-fiving the Afghanis here, and you open his glove box and you find his Quran, and you're like, "Oh, look at this!" And he freaks out and just bails. And like, he wouldn't even like when you went to drive, he wasn't in there with us, right? It was just me and you. I thought,
yeah.
And we switch, and you are like, "Hold my beer," and like made it even worse.
It's like, we can jump this thing. And these instructors cannot control us.
Give us our license.
Yeah. So I'm mobbing this armored fucking vehicle, and I'm smashing into everything, just trying to one up you. Like, oh yeah, you got that. And these dudes are like, great job, guys. Here you go.
Yeah, they didn't want to go. They're like, they were going to have to drive or something if they didn't get drivers. So they're just like, yeah, we're not.
We were literally replacing them, and they were supposed to be shadowing us to teach us how to drive. They're like, you're good.
Yeah, I never saw them again.
No, that was the last time I ever saw them. And boy, did we tear up.
Dude, so that was another thing. So like every day we had to get up and drive to the embassy, and that was a nightmare in itself. Like, the police block the road for you. And do you want to talk about what you used to do to
absolutely
win the hearts and minds of the Afghani police who are trying to block the traffic so people wouldn't blow us up and kill us? This dude, there was a giant stop sign. It's like 7 foot tall at least. And it was mounted like really nice the first time. And you took a corner, like they had their guard shack there with the stop sign to stop all the cars, like had warnings like, don't leave the Americans alone, like all that. And you smacked it, dog. And I would be behind you, and you would clip it with your bus just right. And you got good at it. You did it every day, dude. That thing would go flying. And every day it'd be different. Like, it'd be hammered out because it'd be all dented up. Dude, by the end, it was just like warped. And they were holding it up together with sticks. And like, it was just a shit show.
Those dudes would jump out in front and they would wave. So in my defense, I would hit this like corner.
On a turn.
It was like a roundabout, but I would wouldn't go into the roundabout. I would skirt the roundabout. And the speed that I would take my bus would just drift. I could have probably missed, but I would angle it just right, and I'd go through this corner, and they had this little police checkpoint, and I would crush through every time. So within 2 weeks, they had it duct taped, and
it was bad.
I would fly through there every day and just wreck their shit, and they would get so mad. I tore the whole front of that fucking vehicle up, smashing that sign every day.
But I had to block you a lot of the times because the other guys in the convoy would rat you out, and they're like, "Bam, hit the sign again." I was like, "No, I was right behind him."
I always rat because they'd always tell on me, dude. There's a bunch of
Blue Falcon ass
bitches there, dude.
Bitch ass dude.
There was.
Did you ever live at the Texas house?
No, I did the villas.
That was
Rob.
the Texas house.
Oh, did we call it the Texas house?
It was like 4-story. You pulled into a courtyard. We had our own MRAP.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
because I got fired from there.
Yeah.
That's where I was living at.
So we went from driving that shitty thing. Then they moved us to a villa, which was the Texas. It was like a 4-story mansion.
And like everybody they moved out of there was like us. They were like, you guys are going to go
over there.
Like, we can't borderline control you. And
you're in town now, and you're going to be the QRF
in
case something happens at the embassy.
So these dudes get the bright idea to put me, you,
Chad,
Rob, all the
AC,
dudes dude, everybody that was a problem. They're like, we're going to put you guys in town as QRF.
We're one house together.
Let's go.
It's like, wait, we can buy hash in town. We have our own vehicle. Like, remember that dude? I remember, like, there was that nerd who was in charge of our vehicles, an older guy. And I'd be like, hey, man, I'm going to go to the embassy to go explore and check. No, you're not. And I was like, why? He's like, last time you borrowed the MRAP, you were gone for like 9 hours. And I'd be like, it's my day off, bro.
We got pizzas.
Yeah, remember we tell him, we're like, hey, dude, we'll pick you up a pizza supreme or something. You want a pizza? Yeah. You better not be gone for more than 2 hours. Like, sure.
Whole day.
Me and you are on Jabalabad Road looking for Ted 2. Remember that shit, dude? In flip-flops, M4s, Glocks, Hawaiian shirts, and shorts. Like,
it's me and you in an MRAP stolen.
With the lights on, dude. Just mobbing down Jabalabad Road, dude. Like, towards Pakistan.
Just in downtown Kabul. Just... Bro,
we were so many cool places. We went to like that flea market shit we went to. Like,
dude, leave it to you and I to just roll up in an MRAP and just hop out and start shopping.
Yeah. And it doesn't even lock. We would just leave the lights on and abandon it, dog, and just go inside to go buy shit like in a field of tents. Like, it'd be like a flea market. 2 Americans roll up a flea market with backwards hats like this, with an M4 over their shoulder and a Glock on their hip.
A polo diplomatic security shirts.
I don't even think I wore that. I think I was wearing like skinny water culture fly fishing shirts at the time.
Saltwater crew or some shit. Yeah, bro. We were so dumb. Just didn't give a shit. Yeah, we got in trouble because we were gone all day and we didn't bring him back any pizza. And that little dork got mad and wouldn't let us check the vehicle out anymore.
Afghan was cool, but like...
No, it wasn't, bro.
There was some stuff that was cool, but like the people we worked for sucked.
Oh, God. And then this dude and I, one of the greatest things I think to this day I've ever been a part of.
The original meme.
The company that we were working for screwed up and sent a mass email out to the whole entire company. So now this guy and I and one other, we were like the light bulb goes off like, oh, we have everybody's email now. Like, they fucked up.
Copy paste.
So we copy all the emails, and so this company was garbage. Like, they were screwing everything up. Nobody was getting paid. There was a while.
We were getting paid for a while.
We weren't even getting paid. So then they were mad at us because we refused to go to work, and it was.
And we couldn't go on leave. Like a bunch of weird shit.
Yeah, a bunch of weird shit. So we were like, fuck it, let's just start roasting these dudes. So we had one of our buddies was like an artist, and these were like the original memes back in the day. So if something like significant happened or everybody was bitching about like a certain supervisor or some stupid shit that would happen, this dude, and another would like make up these cartoon memes about what was going on base, and we called it Aegis Underground.
Yeah. And what was it? bluefalcon@gmail.com or something was our deal.
Yeah, it was bluefalcon@gmail.com. And we would come up with these crazy badass like original memes of the company
stuff that happened like that day.
It was on it within a day.
It had to be inside, like, you know what I mean? They knew
we were there.
Yeah.
And so if something would happen, like me hitting the fucking police dude, remember the day?
We made fun of everything.
Everything we roasted, and these guys, all of our supervisors, are freaking out, trying to find out who it was. I think they knew immediately that
they thought it was you.
100%.
Yeah, but when you left, they were so confused.
Yeah,
we kept it going, and then I just stopped messing with it. And Rob didn't have the password, I don't think.
Yeah, because I got fired. Only job I've ever been fired from.
That was a sad day.
It was, dude. I was bummed. I mean, we were just getting in our groove too.
Like lose your crew.
Yeah. So then I got fired. Then, fuck, you stayed on for a little while.
Yeah, until I went on leave,
and then you didn't go back.
Yeah, that's what I went on leave. I had to have like before I went, I had like a crown, like they put like a fake crown on, like a temporary crown.
Oh, on your tooth?
On my tooth.
Yeah.
Like they took a tooth, they put a crown on, whatever that means, like a root canal.
Okay.
So they did a crown, like a temporary. And when I was coming home from leave, I had an appointment to get the new crown put on, and it was like 2 days after I was coming back or something like that. So I went to the SI and like changed my deal. They're like, you're covered. Don't worry about it. Like, get your tooth fixed and you're just coming back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not 2 days isn't anything. Well, I remember like sitting there the day before I was supposed to get my crown, like the day maybe the day after I was supposed to originally fly out. And some headhunter from DC called me for Aegis, and he was like belittling me, like, hey, you mother effer, like, where the F are you? You think you can just do whatever you want? Like, you missed your flight, your costume, like all this stuff, just like talking to me like I was a dog. Like, I was like, dude, who the fuck are you? First of all, like, I don't know who you are. You're not my boss. You're nobody. And he's like, I am your boss. Da 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 da. And I was like, click. And then my phone rings again, and I'm like, you can chill out a little bit. And he's like, who do you click? Calls me back again. And I was like, bro, if you don't change your tone, mother click. And then like nothing for 5 minutes. I was like, guess I don't have a job anymore. And he called me and he's like, motherfucker, who do you think you? I'm like, I'm the dude that's about to tell you to go fuck yourself and I quit. And he's like, huh? And I was like, I quit. And I just hung up my phone, and that was me leaving Aegis.
Good for you.
Yeah, I was like, you can't call me and talk to me. Like, I was like, dude, I was like, call Sneed. He gave me permission. Like, I have paperwork here. Like, I can fax it. I'm on the water right now. I can't get it to you. You should have I don't even know who you are, bro. Like, he was like some dude out of DC.
That was an interesting period.
And I started my guide business right after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did. You've talked about it in Afghan.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was there for, was to save up money to start my guide business, to buy my boat, to buy the...
You've always done everything that I've ever known you to talk about.
Yeah.
Since then to now, you've always been like, I'm going to do
something, I'm doing it, dude.
And you do it every time.
Yeah.
I like watching that. It's pretty cool to be able to... Because I feel like so many, especially vets, man, like, not to, like, change subject, but... It's so sad to watch. Like, vets have so much potential because they've gone through so much, right? Like, even if you didn't deploy, I'm just talking veterans just in the military.
Just understanding structure.
How
to run stuff, like how a company's supposed, like how stuff's supposed to flow.
Just
like,
a little basis of it, right?
Yeah.
And then you've
being
gone
great
through,
employees.
You've gone through so much shit. You've overcome and all the crap that you deal with the military. It doesn't matter what the fucking job is. But now it's like this identity crisis of veterans. And they don't know what to do, how to do it. It's like, bro, you just served your country. Like, why is you starting something the hardest thing? Or why is it you're terrified of change? You just lived in the military where you just uprooted your family every 3 to 4 years and went to wherever this god-awful fucking government sent you, right? Like,
you should be able to do anything at that point.
You have no problem with that. But then you get out of the military, you're like, I don't know what to do with my life. Like, I need structure. And it's crazy to me. So to see guys like you that are just like, fuck it, bro, I'm just gonna make it happen, has been pretty awesome to watch all these years. And I wish you need to put out, like, I know it's not you and you'll never do it because it's just not your lifestyle to, like, be able to, like, motivate people in that sense. Like, you're pretty motivating dude, like, on your boat, and, like, when people truly get to know you, you're just not like a face for it, that kind of stuff. But, dude, it's so unfortunate because I look at guys like you and I surround myself, if I'm going to be around veterans, it's guys that are, even if, dude, I don't care if you got a pot to piss in, as long as you're trying to better yourself and you don't have that mindset. And it's like, so it's been so awesome to be able to, from, dude, sitting in Afghan bullshit and talking about all the goals and everything we were going to do, and to watch you, like, you're like, dude, I'm fucking getting out of here. I'm going to go start a fishing charter, and I'm calling it Doc's Fishing Clinic. And, dude, you fucking did it, man. Like, thanks, you were the first one. I was like, oh, shit, all right, this guy's making moves.
It was hard, though.
It should be.
Oh, yeah, dude, it was a grind. But, yeah, it was way better than working for anything else. Like, well, it's like, oh, wait, I can work for myself. And then once you figure it out, you're like, oh, okay.
100%. I feel that's the common denominator, though, with, and I'm only speaking for the veteran community, like, you know, that's where everybody quits, is in that first initial stage, because it's hard, bro. It sucks, especially when you walk from everything, or you have this guaranteed job. I got great insurance.
You get paid
on a bunch of money, guaranteed paycheck. But it's like, dude, you're not happy, or you're sitting home collecting your VA, and you have all the time in the world.
You do nothing. It's crazy to me, dude. And that's like, we should talk about that, because, like, we both worked. I helped you. You did it all. You did the Wishes for Warriors, the veteran nonprofit, and I helped you for like 2 years. But, like, it's exhausting and it's a lot. And, dude, it's crazy to me. Like, a fortunate thing for me, like originally when you started Wishes, I wasn't in the place mentally or financially to be like a big part of that.
Yeah.
I just wasn't. I went through like a sabbatical, like 4 years. I was just trying to figure out who I am as a person. It's a thing I chalk up all the time, and I've noticed it's like what I call like the Al Bundy effect. Like Al Bundy, he was like won state football. He's like a quarterback for like state football. And dude, the guy was like 60 years old and a shoe salesman, and his whole life was like, back in 1962, I won state. You know what I mean? That's your identity.
That's the best way I've heard anybody put it.
And I think Marines or military guys, that's the same issue. But you have to think about this. Like, you're joining the military at like 18 years old, 19 years old, very young age. And you really don't have an identity. Your identity is your family. It's your parents, your whatever. That's not your thought. You don't,
or whatever you left your senior year into.
Like your politics and all that is your family. You don't have your own vision of any of that. So when you go into the military, your next identity is the one they give you. Like they shed your identity from your family, especially in the Marine Corps, and they rebuild you to who they want you to be. Whether it's through I'm going to beat the shit out of you, or it's a mental game. Everybody has their way to break you down, and each person's different, and the military does that, and they rebuild you how they want you. But and the problem is too, they don't talk about that. So many people in the military at young ages, like I got married at 21, and then my second wife, I was married at like 24, 25. So super young, stuff like that. Fortunately, I had no children at the time. So I didn't have to like... kids are awesome, but like in a divorce and military setting, it wouldn't have worked for me. So guys though, that I see in a lot of the vets we've had issues with, I'm sorry, that sounds wrong. That have a lot of issues, have come from the military, say did 5 to 10 years, got married, had kids, got out, had to either work or had their disability or whatever, and they don't know who they are. And the only thing they have to hold on to is the last thing they had, which was the Marine Corps. And they have no identity. And it's scary. Like, it's scary to get out of that deal. But, like, it's different if you don't even talk about the military aspect of it. If you're just talking about men in general. Up to probably 5 years ago, I don't think men were comfortable enough in society to have some conversations we have now. I tell my friends I love you. I hug my friend, like all my boys, like, because to me, when I was like starting my business and it was just me, I don't have family really. So like, I didn't realize the emotional touch of hugging somebody is so powerful. Like, I didn't realize I went like 2 years without a hug. Like I went 2 years without a hug, and I went to visit my buddy's mom and she hugged me. And I remember like that physical sensation, and I lost it, dude. And I was like, if I have somebody hug me and touch me, and I didn't realize it's been like 2 years, like, cause I stayed out of a relationship. I was just focusing on me and my business. And for somebody to touch me, to make me cry, like, shit, what else? Like, what else is going on? And then if that's happening to me, that's happening to you possibly, or somebody else. So like, anytime I saw my homies after, it's always a hug. Cause what if you're the hug that they haven't had in 2 years?
Absolutely.
And it's crazy to think about that kind of stuff. And for men, we don't talk about our feelings or our emotions and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, it's woo woo and all that stuff, but I don't give a shit. Like, me personally, I don't know if it's a corpsman thing. I like helping dudes and like helping vets is like my thing. Like that's like my jam, like helping other men, like uplift each other. Like that shit's powerful. And like, it's really hard when you do like the veteran things and dudes are like still putting each other down, and you're trying to like, man, or they're taking advantage of the system, or like all these things. And like, these dudes just need somebody to talk to. They just need to have somebody listen to them. Like, we would do veteran trips and guys would be like, I've been on my couch for 5 years. My wife doesn't talk to me. Like, well, your wife doesn't respect you, dog, because you're not doing anything. Like, your kids are in school. She's at work all day. You're collecting a check sitting on the couch. Like, it's hard. It's hard for everybody around you. And it's very selfish, and guys can't get out of that. And dude, don't get me, the PTSD is real. Like, there's been some dark time. Like, PTSD from Iraq wasn't a thing for me. Like, came back, no issues. I was still in the military. But coming back from Afghanistan, I remembered stuff from Iraq. And then I wasn't around my boys to process it. I was at home by myself. And then it was PTSD from Iraq was hard for me. From Afghanistan. When I got home from Afghanistan, that's when I got hit with my PTSD. And like I remembered all my buddies and like the guys that died and like, you know what I mean? That's when that. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think I push so much down.
For sure.
When you're active duty, you don't think about it. And I didn't remember any of it.
You don't have time.
Yeah. And then I remember like coming home from Afghan and just thinking about like the relationships with all of us, dude. We're all close, dude. And then like thinking about all that stuff, it just was weird for me. It was hard. So for me personally, I think guys don't talk enough, period. We can't express our feelings.
100%.
And things like now I think that's turning into a thing. And I think across the board, not just military, I think just guys across, like I started to see a change in it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know where it's like our dad's generation, like, oh, boys don't cry type of shit, which whatever, man, if that's your thing, but it ain't healthy.
It's not healthy.
I was one of those, like, suck it up, bottle everything until I lost my brother. And that's when I had to learn how to like, because it was killing me. Like what I was holding, everything buried in that shit. And that's where like I had to like really learn, like, okay, like I'd have like these deep cry sessions but like how do you, unless they're true, but like you and I, right? Like dudes that have fucking known each other a long time. Like I feel there's guys don't have that connection or the trust in other dudes to be able to go. But at the same time, it's like, bro, how do you know? Like just go and talk about it because you have this side right now where everyone wants to talk about mental health and men this, and nobody cares until it's anger or suicide or whatever. And it's like a huge portion of that falls on us.
Yeah.
Because we just need to reach out and talk to somebody. And it doesn't always need to be a wife or a girlfriend. They're not going to understand. And like, that's where I feel as a country to help get the men mental health back on track.
Yeah.
It starts with just talking, man, and just being able to like, and it doesn't have to be
listening.
It doesn't have to be based around going and getting fucked up and drinking and all that shit. If that's your thing, I really don't think it helps. It doesn't get to the root of why
I agree with
having
you.
that, but it's a start, right? Or at least just go to the mountains with a dude and just throw a line in the water and just shoot the shit about it. But it doesn't always need to be the negative shit.
No, it can be all the fun. You could have a whole thing about the positives too,
for sure.
So you can remember the good memories,
for sure. And that's a big part of it, because that's why I feel a lot of these guys are in such dark places with the VA, because they go to these therapy clinics, they go to these group PTSD sections, which we've all been part of. That shit's miserable, bro.
Yeah.
Like I log into these phone calls for like my psych eval or my psych, what are they, like the group therapy sessions. It's like, bro, I got some chick in here talking about her fucking 7-ton tire fell on her, and then some other dude that was in like the fought in the Gulf War or whatever, and he's talking for 45 minutes, and I'm sitting here like, bro, I don't give a fuck about any of these people. Like, I don't care. I don't want to listen to this shit.
Yeah.
And like, so then you have that, or you do your one-on-one therapy sessions with some shrink. Oh, well, my dad was served, and so I have a special connection with you guys. And then they tell you, and they ask you the same bullshit questions. Like, I am not a I don't believe in therapists.
Yeah.
I
mean, there's a thing for it. Dude, people need somebody to talk to, though. Like,
but I feel anybody could be a therapist. Like,
yes.
as far as communicating and talking, but like as far as going to a shrink, they're only making money as long as you're stuck in your feelings and stuck just there. And I feel very few therapists, qualified ones, are actually trying to get people out of it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who are like, oh, therapy changed my life. Great. But if you could find your homie that you can have that connection with, I think it's going to be much more beneficial, because you're able to talk about other things. But you might have that embarrassing time. And I see all sides. But to me, I look at these therapists just like doctors, bro. They're not making money if we're healthy.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. If you're mentally clear and you're like, dude, I'm crushing life, you're not going in weekly anymore. Tell me more about this. Let's circle back around on this. When this really why did this affect you? It's like that shit. Cool, dude. You get out of the military, fucking run it for a couple of years. But if you're 20 years later and you're still struggling, like a lot of these dudes are, we got to start rethinking some shit.
Well, you're not struggling because of that. You're not struggling because of your military deal. You're struggling because of another deal. It's either addiction,
your new identity.
Yeah, exactly. You're having it's something else.
For sure.
And that was the deal, dude. Like with you running Wishes, like there was yes, we did events. Yes, we went to did ski trips, do all these different adventures, rafting, hunting, all that stuff, fishing. But at the end of the day, the benefit was not that.
It was the bond.
It was the bond of getting guys at when we were at the house eating dinner and guys are just bullshitting or hanging around, like drinking beers, just like sitting by a fire in Alaska playing cornhole like
for hours.
That was more important than the adventure.
Yeah.
And
The adventure just brought the
group together to have an excuse to go, but like the benefit was the talking.
For sure, every time.
100%. So you and Britt like crushed that. Like I think Wishes can like I've never done any vet organization stuff except for you guys. Like and I didn't realize like when I started with you guys, I did some research. I didn't realize like 70,000 vet organizations a week or a month or something crazy like that. And they're everywhere, dude. It's so like, it's a lot. And there's so much that I would not do with other organizations ever. And I'd only do like, you know what I mean? With Wishes, like you guys had so much faith in us. It was awesome.
I feel like we ran it as like the bros though. It was
good,
not
dude.
Bro vets, but I'm talking we were just dudes trying to give back to the community, and so we ran it as such. Obviously, we had our guidelines. We weren't just like it wasn't just a get fucked up festival because
it was volunteer work, dude. It was all volunteer.
And so I mean, but volunteering for a 5-day backcountry rafting trip doesn't suck. So it had its perks.
Yeah,
but it was just other vets there to just be reps and like, yo, let's sit down and bullshit. Yeah, and we got them to open up quite a bit. I think we did it right for all the years. There's a lot of things I'd like to go back through, and if we were going to continue it that we would change. But just at the point where we're at now, it's like okay, like if in order for this to go to a direction we want, we got to revamp everything, and it's just taking up so much. So that's where it's like, you know what? Let's put all this time and energy into the kids and.
You still had Wishes, dude, I'd be doing all kinds of hippie shit for him, though. I'd be making him do yoga and hypno breath work and all that.
I know. It's, there are, chapters for everything. Maybe we'll bring it back again someday. Dude, I appreciate this conversation, man. This is good shooting the shit. This is what I enjoy.
Yeah.
I miss you, dude.
Miss you too, bro.
It's good that you were swinging through town.
Yeah, you have to, like, in the future, you guys have to come fishing.
Yeah, we'll go fishing. So if people want to find you, you're getting out of the fishing game.
Yeah, I'm out of the fishing game. December's my last. That's it.
Damn, dude.
Mm-hmm. I'll still keep the boat. I'm still fishing. I'll have like a couple more guys. I mean, I fish with like certain guys a lot, and I'll keep them on for probably till the summer, maybe. But I'm not taking new clients.
Do you want to talk about your new chapter, or is it too?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Okay, let's jump into that real quick.
Okay, so we started a new company. Me and a buddy started a new company. We created a wireless outdoor adventure light. It's Bluetooth, demoable. It's badass. It's like 14,000 lumens, and you can mount it on a raft, a golf cart, an ATV, UTV, all that. And we're just like about to be in production, and it's wild. Never worked. I didn't know anything about this industry.
Yeah.
Like a buddy of mine was like, "Hey man, I want to go into business with you, but I'm a business guy and you're an idea creative wacko. Like, give me 5 ideas." And I did, and this was the first one. And honestly, I looked at a turtle box and I was like, what if we just took that and put a light on it and no speaker and made like a wireless light bar? And that's what we're doing. And I got a prototype. We got all this stuff. It's Dillo. Like that's the name of our company. Does that look like dill to you, or is that like an O? My business partner says everybody thinks it says dill.
My 11-year-old said Dillo. The first
thing. Yeah, she got it. So like,
she's like, oh, it's an armadillo. Dillo.
Must be idiots to other people.
Yeah.
So like, it's Dillo. Like armadillos come out at night, so that's why we're doing Dillo. It's like a one. Anyway, that's what we're doing.
Good for you, dude.
It's scary as shit. Like,
you're walking from everything too.
Yeah, I'm walking from everything.
That's what I feel. That's the. For our level entrepreneurs, right? Like we're not the millionaires that already have the capital. I feel in order to live your true dream, you have to walk from everything. You can't.
You have to take that risk.
You do.
You have to take that risk.
And it doesn't mean it's going to work if you leave everything, but that's what forces you to have to pivot.
Yeah.
Or fucking re-scramble and get the creative juices working to what's next. I mean, that's where I feel a lot of people that have that 9 to 5 that are miserable. They're like, well, I'm going to start working on this, but then all of your energy is going to that. And that for us was Wishes. That's why when we made the decision to retire it was like, dude, that's taking up 75% of our time. Like, how are we going to get to the level that we want to be? And so that's where one of those big, like, okay, that's gone now. But I feel that's like one of those little secrets to life where it's like, if you truly want to break
that cycle,
the matrix and the cycle, so you can start doing it. Doesn't mean it's going to work, but that's one of the key pieces that you put in there. You're like, okay, we're ready. And that is just walking from everything. I know people are like, oh, how do you do that if you don't have any money saved? That's the point.
That's the point.
It forces you. You can't just sit around. You can't just talk about it.
You either got to work or not, or I'm like guiding again. Like,
you know, and you're like, fuck, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to corporate.
I just want to be on a raft, like rowing a river, like
yeah,
goofing off.
You've built this life, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's not easy. That's another thing too. People think this happens overnight. Like, dudes are like, oh, it must be nice. It's like, dude, I created this, and I created it from like, I worked my ass off for like almost 8 years before I took a vacation in my own business, and then I figured out the months I could, and then like with Wishes, like that year. Before I did any trips with Wishes, I was like, I just want to travel and do adventures. Like, and I just like, I'm going to figure out how to do that. And then you were like, hey man, you want to do veteran trips? And I was like, wow. But I said that openly to the universe. And I'm not trying to say like manifestation is real or anything, but I said it and it came true. Yeah. And then the next year on Wishes, the second year doing it, I was like, how can I make this a lifestyle? And then when I met Michelle, my wife, she was like, I was doing 14, 21 days straight on the water, 2 days off, then doing it again. And I was like, I always used to laugh at clients. I'd be like, yo, if you book me like day like 10 through like 15 or 20, like sucks to be you. Like,
okay,
it's not the same experience.
Yeah,
like
you're over it.
Salty. Yeah. So she's like, how about you just do 3 on, 2 off, 3? And I was like, you're crazy. I can't risk the money loss. But then like, I knew no self-care.
Yeah.
And I started self-care. And with Wishes, I was able to start self-care. Even though I got hurt all the time. But, and honestly, dude,
you did.
I swear on my life, if I wouldn't have broken my arm on that Wishes trip.
Which trip?
The Tamarack up
broke
here.
Your arm twice, right?
I broke my ankle 1 year snowboarding at Jackson Hole. And the next year, Britt's like, you better not fucking break anything. And then I broke my arm the last day during a photo shoot on a bunny slope. Sheared it, dude. I sheared my arm off at the neck of my humerus, dude. Then got out of a rock star playboy for a surgeon. He was like, dude, you could just suck it up, and it's gonna be way bad house that way, or I could put plates in your arm. You want to suck it up? I was like, yes, I want to suck it up. Like, yes, but I had to reflect. I was blowing and going with you. Like, I was doing a Wishes trip like every month.
Yeah.
Like. And then when I broke my arm, I was forced to stay in because I broke my ankle at the start of the like March is my peak season. March, April, May, June is my peak season. I broke my ankle, so I screwed myself the year before. And then I was like very hesitant, and I even sent all my Marines a deal that were on my reunion. I was like, boys, we got like 2 slots left. Who wants to go snowboarding? Let's fucking go. And they're like, Doc, we're like 39. We're like, we're not snowboarding. Like, you're going to get hurt. I was like, no way, dudes. And then my reunion was like the next week when I got back from Tamarack, and I couldn't go to my Vegas Marine Corps reunion because I had a broken arm.
Yeah.
And all of them are just like sending me messages laughing at me. Like, good thing we didn't go.
That's rough.
But I was forced to sit on the couch for like months reading books, watching Batman stuff, and like having to be comfortable in my own boredom and like that own quietness. And that helped. And then like, Michelle got me doing like hypno breath work and like that. And I started coaching like that stuff. Like that changed my life.
Yeah.
Like in the last 2 years, like her dad passed away from cancer. We were doing hypno breath work then. And then we went to that retreat and I saw this, like my future. I saw my path, like from a session, one session. Like it was like, what's your, like, I want to retire at 45. And our like facilitator was like, what's your number? And then she's like, add a 0 to it and add another 0 to it. And my number's 4 million. Like, I'll walk away from everything for 4 million. Like, then she's like, no, it's like, she didn't know. It's in my head, but she's like, add a 0 to that. Add another like 400 million. I'm like, I can't get 400 million being a guide. Like, what's the way to do that? I can get 400 million though being Dillo. So like, if I sold that company for like 400 million, like, that'd be crazy, dog.
Yeah.
You thought Wishes was cool.
Yeah, right. Happens every day.
I'm just saying, like, if I was, dude, it's a different world. Like, I've never been fuck you rich. And I like saying fuck you a lot. So if I was like super fuck you rich. But the thing is though, like when we started this company and just like we started the original company, like the LLC started on the first because the way the paperwork is. But
We've been doing it like 9 months, 10 months. But I saw like, I can party, dude. And I saw like my life and I was like, you were part of that too, man. It's crazy how our lives interact. Like you're fast. I always wanted to do a fast, 7-day fast, but like it's just me. Like nobody else is going to do it with me. And then you did it and Britt did it. And I was like, if somebody does something I know you, I'm like, I could do that. Like, no problem. I'm like, I could kick Bam's ass on a fast. So like I did it, but it was like so beneficial for me. Yeah. And I saw that and I was like, wait a minute. And I got my blood work done from the VA. And the VA, like at the same time I was like 3 days into my fast when I went to the VA for my blood work. So I had my results. Mm-hmm. And she's like, you have high cholesterol. Everything else is good, but I'm going to put you on high cholesterol meds. And I was like, no, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I'm on 3 days. I'm on my 3rd day of a fast right now, water fast only. And I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not taking it. I want to see what this does first. And she was like, hell yeah. She's like, what's your plan? And I told her my plan. I'm like, I'm going to go from this to a whole 30. Do whole 30, no. I'm just going to live healthy and like slowly add stuff to my life. And she's like, okay, for cholesterol, you need to do almonds, you need to do almond butter, cut this out. I told her I was cutting alcohol out, like telling her what the plan is. And she was like, dude, you have a plan. I'll support it. But in 3 months, if you come back here and your stuff's not better, and it's nobody's ever better. I mean, I was a corpsman, I know it never changes. Then you're on meds. And I was like, cool, whatever. So cut all the shit out of my diet, started doing yoga 3 days a week, started running 3 days a week, no alcohol, like super healthy living, like no everything. Then, I mean, I went to Europe for like 3 weeks, so I had beers and I cheated a little bit, but dude, I'm not going to go to Europe and not eat like prosciutto and like, drink beer and stuff, and wine. So I came back, had my Marine Corps reunion, then had to do labs like as soon as I got back. So it's like, how much of this is going to be good or bad? Nope. And they drew my blood, they did it, and she was like crying. And she was like, I've been a doctor for like 15 years, and you're the first person ever to come like actually have your results better. So it's getting better. Good. But the point I'm getting here is like, I see this business being successful, and I've seen lifestyles of both. I've seen this successful businessman that burns the system, does like all that. One lives by the rules. One, like, I had a father-in-law he'd rather live in court and be a shitty businessman than go by the rules. And then also like, there's a guy that parties his ass off when he's rich, and there's the guy that's like healthy. And I was like, I have the party habits now, and I had to change my habits. So that's what I've been doing. Like, 4 months changing my habits. Start with your fast.
Hell yeah, dude. We're gonna do another one this here in
November. Yeah.
We're gonna do a 21-dayer.
No. When I was doing that, dude, my neighbors thought I was crazy. We're all over there chilling, partying one night. I was just hanging out while they're all partying because I couldn't. And they're like, just drinking water. And they're like, what? But I didn't know, one of my really good friends, he did a 36-day water fast. Changed his life. Yeah. Like, he said it was crazy. Like, day 26, it goes to another level. Like, what you're saying, what'd you say, 13?
21.
No, but what did you do? What was yours that changed? Like, one day it kicked over different.
Day 11. I finished on day 11, but when like day 9, day 10 is when it started kicking in for me.
There was like day 5 and then day 7. And that's why on day 7 I felt like so different that I was like, I'm going to push it one more day to 8. And then I had a fish, dude. I had to re-fast. That's what people don't tell you. You have to like, the bone broth, bone broth, avocado, like
for a couple of days. You don't just jump back on food; it tears you up.
Second day, dude, I was like eating boneless, skinless chicken breasts, like pieces, but like chewing it like 100 times. Yeah, it's different.
It is.
Yeah,
it's interesting, but it's worth it. I feel like.
Yeah,
dude, I love you, man.
Love you, man. Did I talk too long on your podcast?
No, this is a short one. 3 hours. Chrissy's like, yes.
I'll keep talking. No, just kidding.
Bro, he'll come up here and she's like, so what are we talking about today, Dad? I'm like, oh, it'll be a quick one. And then every guest is like 4 hours every time. It's not even me, dude. It's the guests. I let them talk.
Was that good? Are we done?
That was amazing.
Do you want to be done?
I don't know. Yeah. Can I pee really fast?
Yeah, we're done. We'll wrap it up. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Oh. Do you have more you want to talk about?
I don't know.
No, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right, dude. I love you, man. Thanks for everything over the years and just being a fucking badass friend to me. We got to get down and do some fishing. Yeah, man. We hit it off. And
yeah, if you guys don't listen to this podcast, listen to his other podcasts. Like,
nobody's made it this far. I don't even know who you're talking to.
I was like, they need to see the, what's it called? The rat one. That was pretty good. And the Hitchhiker one's pretty good too, man.
There's some pretty good shows out right
I almost did that as a social experiment.
I'll get you connected with Luke.
The hitchhiking thing. I was like, when I was in college, I was like, what if I just like hitchhike to these little towns, like catch a Greyhound to a small town and just walk around like I was homeless for like a week as a social experiment. And then I was like,
Shut up. He's doing it now.
You get killed.
Well, dude, love you.
Love you, man.